Ahoy there, this is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile. Welcome, both of you, to the comedy movie tournament. So I took 32 of the greatest American comedies of all time, at least they're mostly American, and derived from best of lists all over the interweb, personal choices from me and the panel, and a few from Instagram as well. So I'm going to introduce all the folks who are nice enough to be here tonight. And we're going to start with this guy because he's the first on my screen, and that's the only reason. It is the Bin Buster. Welcome, sir.
Hey, Derek. Thanks for having me here tonight.
Well, thanks for being here. I know you like the comedies, so
yes, I do.
I'm
a big guy and I like laughing. So,
well, we'll just do this quick and get it out of the way. Who are you, and where can we find you?
I'm the Bin Buster. You can find me here on You can find me here on YouTube and on Instagram at the Bin Buster. So, there you go.
Easy enough. Well, thanks for being here again.
You're welcome.
You've been on a few of these. You seem to like them because you keep coming back, so I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Next, we have everyone's favorite person, except for Basement Blues, probably, and that's Mr. Tim Talks Titties. He shaved for us. He has the least facial hair out of everyone on the panel tonight, which is a weird thing to say.
It really is. I got busted so bad in Bob's stream last night. Like, Jim Powers was really coming at me. Oh, my God. But I'm excited for this. This is going to be a good time. Babyface and all
of the cream
comedies.
Did you get too much cream in your beard, and that's why you had to shave it off?
No, I did it before because I didn't want to be picking cream out of my beard before the stream, so I'm like, I'll shave it beforehand.
We've all been there, haven't we? No one's had to do that more often than my brother Bob, who was here for the first time. I had to schedule this out 17 months in advance just to find a date where he didn't have a stream already going. So thanks for being here. I know you like movies, obviously. Yeah. So I wanted you to be here for the funny ones so you can learn something.
I'm looking forward to being here. Despite me only seeing like 2 of the movies, that's okay. I'm still here, and I welcome all the shit talking. So
no, there's more. Don't worry. You've seen like half of them, right?
I've seen over half. Yeah,
that's like my rule when I do these. I'm like, just try to see at least half of them. Even I've only seen like 50 to 60% of them a couple of times. So
on a serious note, I just didn't have necessarily the time. I had so many streams, only so much time with work to watch as many.
Right.
So I tried to watch as many as I could. I've rewatched a lot of them, or a couple of them. I just didn't have the time to get to ones I haven't seen, unfortunately.
It happens. Like I said, anyone can abstain if there's like a matchup where they have like zero opinion either way. We can let the chat take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the person whose concept this was originally, so I had to get him on here too, was this fella right here.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
He's got the fresh beard. Can't stop staring.
Yeah.
Got a haircut, a beard trim.
Me too, but not really. I need to do my hair. thanks for being here, Cody. And
Thanks for the
thanks for the idea that I did first. So
yeah. What you threw up a poll or what would you do? You threw up something on something, and I was like,
I
you
think I
should
did
do
an
this.
Instagram thing and a YouTube whatever thing,
Mhm.
and a handful of things trickled through, and 90% of them were like horror movies. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that later, which I plan on doing. The next one I'm doing, since we're on the topic, is going to be blockbuster movies. So I'm going to do that at some point next month. I was going to do it on Star Wars Day, I was talking about before the show, and then I realized I'm going to be seeing Guardians of the Galaxy that day probably. So we'll figure it out. It might be like the same week in May, kind of a thing. But anywho, let's get on with this. I'll pop the little screen up here. So here they all are in the little bracket. 32 movies. You saw all the posters in the intro, assuming you saw the intro. It's completely random, and to prove that, I'm going to re-randomize it 32 times. One for every movie. And let's see if it freezes the screen like it did when I did this earlier today. So yeah, see, there it goes already. See him going? See him going? See him moving?
Yep.
All right, see, I'm not lying. See, and then it freezes. It's really stupid. It's like, you can't scroll down anymore. I'm not pretending to do that.
Oh.
All right, let's do this. Oh, that's not fair. I'm going to actually back out because this is the same thing that happened last time.
That's not fair.
That's not fair. Oh.
What was the first one? Oh, there we go. Blazing Saddles.
I'm going to scroll down to this. For some reason, it's just like, no, you can't scroll down now. I'm going to presentation mode so it fills the screen a little better. There we go. Well, that's not what I wanted to have happen.
That's why it's random.
Really,
Yeah,
out of 32 movies, though, Mel Brooks against Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 Mel Brooks movies on here.
Gene Wilder
Only
against
directors
Gene
that
Wilder.
there's more than one movie of, and it's on here. So this sucks, but what are you gonna do? I'm gonna pop through the comments quick before I forget to, because I'm terrible about it. So Tony is the first one here. He slept here overnight just so he could be the first one to comment. So thanks, Tony, for doing that. I'm sure more than one person said it, honestly, Holland. But thanks for being here. You're everywhere. Tiana, she's everywhere. She's spread the word on this too a lot. So thanks for doing that.
What's up, Tiana? Tiana's always helping spread the word.
There's Mizzy, the
Mizzy!
leader of
What's
the
up?
Misfits.
Mizzy fell asleep during the jerk last night.
That's too bad. He must have watched it too late. Make sure to smash that like.
Where was
Thank
she
you,
going?
Tim. See,
What's
I
up?
always forget to say that or
Hey,
make
Tim.
stickers about it.
It's funny how Cody is completely behind
Covered?
the comment.
He's covered.
Yeah, that's on purpose. I put him on.
I didn't even notice.
Everyone's saying help. Yeah, that's why I don't have the tickers on there anymore, because it's like, oh, good, no one can see the bottom person.
Derek was telling me before the stream he was going to cover the best looking one here with the chat, so that
Yeah, I don't want to make everyone jealous of my poorly trimmed beard, so I had to put him underneath this.
Let's just pretend I'm pure hangout this
Yeah.
whole time. Let's
With
just
the
keep
best
comment-
mustache.
Yeah.
This is the first one actually he hasn't done with me, but thanks for showing up, Derek.
Mhm.
Meet the Beatles is winning.
Oh,
I was number 33. That almost made the list, but not quite.
Meet the Deedles. Wow.
Benicio, the horror cholo's here. Thank you, sir. He's always popping in. That's nice.
What's up, Benicio?
When we do a horror one eventually, I'll get you on here so you can
Yeah.
tell everyone what's up. Steve
What's up,
Barnes.
Steve?
Greetings, gentlemen and Flick friends. I almost misread Flick every time I see it, and I'm glad I didn't do it that time. All right. So we got a whopping lucky 13 people in here, which is 13 more than I expect. So I'm not complaining.
Oh, come on. Give yourself more credit than that.
It's been a while. I've been off. I've been busy the last month. That's why I haven't been doing a lot of videos until the last few days. So you'll see why eventually. Hint, hint. But yeah, let's get into this. Has everyone here, besides Bob, because I know you already haven't, because we were talking about this earlier, seen these Mel Brooks classics?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, excellent.
So a lot of these movies, okay, I've said this before, just like anything, we all have blind spots in our film history. But
Right.
a lot of stuff for me was what I grew up with. So my dad
Yeah.
introduced me to horror movies at a very young age, and then it was like raunchy comedies and Chris Farley and John Candy, and that was most of what I watched. So I never got introduced to Mel Brooks or a lot of what you're going to talk about, especially the older classics tonight. It's just I got older, and it's what I missed out on. I never got a chance to watch it yet. So
older and wiser. I mean, I never watched a Mel Brooks movie until I was, probably a teenager. So it's not like I grew up watching it necessarily. But he's awesome, and everyone should go out and buy the Mel Brooks collection if it's still available on Blu-ray. I don't know if it is. I found it at Costco and it came out for like $20. I got lucky. But Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein, both Mel Brooks movies, both star Gene Wilder, both came out in 1974. He was busy that year. I'm gonna go to Bin Buster first and see which one is your preference to, because I know what mine is. But
for me, honestly, if upon watching rewatching some of these, Young Frankenstein, I gotta go on Young Frankenstein.
Nice. Yeah, there's like no wrong answer in this one. So
no.
It's hard to argue. Tim, how about yous?
So Blazing Saddles is the racier movie that I don't think could happen nowadays, but I enjoy Young Frankenstein more. So I have to. I love the old Universal Monster stuff, and making a parody of that. It's so good.
It is good. Yeah. They're both great. How about you, Cody, since you've seen them?
I'm going to go with, I've seen Young Frankenstein probably twice, and I've seen Blazing Saddles more. So I'm going to go with Blazing Saddles. I did enjoy that one more. I watched it more because I liked it more.
That would be the reason to watch movies more. Yeah. No.
Oh, that was a dumb thing.
I intentionally watch movies I hate more often to confuse people. All right. Bob, do you even want to vote? Like, I'm not going to make you.
No, I mean, if you need me to break a tiebreaker, here's my thought on it. I own Young Frankenstein on Blu-ray, so.
That doesn't matter. I own Wedding Crashers. What does that tell you?
But you've seen Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, I guess. Have I, though? Is that a vote, though, or are you just saying that because you own it?
I own it.
I can make the chat pick if there's a tie.
Make the chat vote then.
Because I'm going Blazing Saddles.
So it's 100%.
A tie. That's like one of my favorite comedies of all time. Young Frankenstein is great, but I always fall asleep through it, and that's like the number one thing I have against it. Not that it's bad.
Comments, Blazing is ahead, though.
Well, I'm going with Young Frankenstein. How about that? What now, Tim? What now?
So I'll let the chat make me angry and pick Young Frankenstein instead of Bob picking it because he owns it. So everyone in the chat, if you want to throw up as many answers as swiftly as you can, we'll just go with which one gets the most votes in the next minute or so. I did not want them to match up against each other in the first round. That is ridiculous that happened.
Vinicio and Tiana are Young Frankenstein. Adam is Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, seeing that.
Mizzy's Blazing Saddles and Derek is Blazing Saddles. So it seems like Blazing Saddles has 3. Jeez.
Blazing Sandals.
Blazing Sandals. Alrighty.
And then Vinicio
but yours counts as Blazing Saddles. I have the comments up, but I'm not seeing the same ones you are for some reason. Oh, okay, I see him now. I just scrolled.
Wrong chat.
I'm in Mike's chat.
Wrong stream. I was going to say, make sure to share the link.
I'm in Mike's stream.
Share the link in the comments.
I'm seeing one more for Blazing Saddles, but like I said, either way.
Well, you just got a Brent. Brent says Frankenstein. So
Damn
now
it, Brent.
All right, I'll break the tiebreaker. I own Young Frankenstein. I have seen the trailer to Young Frankenstein. I've never even seen a trailer. I don't know what Blazing Saddles is about, but Mel's here. Maybe she'll have an opinion.
You might like Blazing Saddles more.
But I will say though, Bob, you like stuff that pushes the envelope, and especially for the time period, Blazing Saddles pushes the envelope.
I would probably like Blazing Saddles. You're right.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles is very.
It wouldn't be made today.
Yeah, you can't. You couldn't even write this movie today without getting
blacklisted out of Hollywood. That would be right up my alley. What's up, Nick?
So I think it's a 4-3 because Nick popped in here and said Blazing Saddles. I'm gonna go with Blazing Saddles, but it'll probably get bumped off next time. All right, here's this comically small poster of the Jerk, which for some reason is tiny compared to Animal House. They're both mid to late 70s comedies. The original college classic, and then
Steve Martin's first.
Steve Martin's very first movie. Yeah, which is weird. Bob, let's go with you because I know you've seen these.
Yes, I have seen both. I watched The Jerk last night, and that shit was boring.
Really?
Okay, so with all due
Watch with the sound on.
with all due respect, I don't. Yeah, this wasn't Jack Frost watching along. I did have the sound on.
That's right.
The Jerk for me. So when it comes to slapstick comedy, doesn't quite work for me. So what a lot of people enjoy, I probably don't. I'm very much into raunchy comedy, so this is a very easy choice for me. I loved Animal House. It's a very fun movie. I always have fun with it, but yeah. So the funny thing is, Ken's gonna give me a lot of shit. So Ken's top 3 favorite comedies of all time are probably my least 3 favorite comedies of all time. Ken and I, when it comes to comedies, have completely different tastes, but I still love the guy. But yeah, I'm not gonna go with The Jerk on this. Animal House, hands down for me.
To be fair, Bob, I love you, and my tastes in comedy are drastically different than yours.
Yeah,
but I love raunchy comedies. Like I like the humor, inappropriate stuff like that. Slapstick, like really stupid, just doesn't work for me. But I did enjoy Three Stooges as a kid. But yeah, Animal House for this one.
Easy enough. They're both classics. So that's the whole point of this. Like you can't be wrong because all these are pretty much timeless classic movies. How about you, Cody? Where are you at on this one?
So I love raunchy comedies as well as Bob, and I love Animal House, but The Jerk is just, it's The Jerk, so I got to go with The Jerk.
Holy!
Bob's going to be mad in a minute. How about you, Tim?
I'm picking out a thermos for you, not an ordinary thermos for you. I'm 100 million% going for The Jerk. The Jerk is not only one of my favorite that's in this, it's legitimately one of my favorite comedies of all time. I fucking love this movie so much. It is so endlessly funny from start to finish. So, The Jerk.
Excellent. It is. My dad, before I ever saw that movie, my dad, it sounds weird because I'm a man and I'm talking about my dad in a bathtub. But when my dad used to be in the bathtub when I was a kid, and we had one bathroom house. That's what you do back then when you're poor. When you're born a poor black child, like
I was just gonna say,
he used to sing that song in the bathtub, and I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's from The Jerk. That's great." So I saw The Jerk when I was probably like 8 years old. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." How about you, Ben?
as much as I like Animal House, I like John Belushi better than James Belushi or Jim Belushi. I gotta go. He's got to save the cans. He's shooting the cans. We gotta save the cans. So
Get away from the cans.
He hates these cans.
Yes.
The phone book's here. The phone book's here.
I just rewatched Animal House. I've seen it like 4 times. And it's just never clicked with me for some reason. Like it's funny, but I don't care. Like
I wish I had the optic grab.
Yeah. Opti for where you grab it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like the opening scene of that movie is the funniest part of the movie to me when I rewatch it, when they're trying to get into the different frat houses and they immediately give them to like the nerdy rejects on the couch, like all the foreign exchange students and stuff. And then like 2 minutes later, he tries to like go out and talk to the other jock kids. And they're like, "Oh, by the way, have you met these guys?" Brings them right back. "Oh yeah, we've already met." "Oh great, then I have lots to talk about." And after that, it was just kind of the same thing for an hour and a half. Yeah. What bothered me about that movie is that it's just like stuff happening for like 90 minutes and like there's not a lot of actual story and it's just no characters. I know it's a dumb comedy, but you need to have some sort of character development at some point in any movie, and that's just not there. But at least Mozart, has sex with a 13-year-old, so that's cool.
I love in The Jerk, the dog's name is Shithead. He tries to let the dog go, and the dog wants to go, but he keeps dragging it as if the dog doesn't want to go.
With my loyal dog by my side.
With my loyal dog leading the way, he's being dragged behind him.
Yeah, he's just scraping it around the ground. I'm hungry for pizza in a cup now. So sorry, Bob, but it's The Jerk. Sorry. Nothing wrong with Animal House, though. It's a fun time. Ooh, this one's scary.
Oh, this is easy for me.
Yeah.
It's easy for me too, honestly, but that's what scares me. Because it's easy for everyone, but probably in a different way. Who's going to pop into the comments here quick? Mel popped in. That's nice. Thanks for coming, Mel. You're always everywhere, too. Yeah, see, Mizzy? Now you're learning something. I was born a poor black child. Benicio and Ghostbusters. But, I mean, that's like the closest thing to a horror movie, so does that even count, really? And I didn't say hey to Adam, the movie hunter, earlier. He popped in, and I didn't click his thing. So, welcome, Mr. Adam. Thanks for being here. And since you just got here, I'm sure you're subscribed to everybody on here already. But do that, everybody. And also like the stream, because that's what we do, right? We say that over and over again, ad nauseum. So here we have the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the first Monty Python film, and Ghostbusters, which is also a John Landis movie. So there's 2 John Landis movies on here, too. That wasn't even, like, on purpose. Actually, there's 3, because didn't he also do... Wait, did he do Trading Places, or was that Ivan Reitman? Oh, this is Ivan Reitman.
No.
The other one's John Landis. This is Ivan Reitman. I'm not really drunk. I was kidding. Maybe in a couple hours. But yeah, Monty Python. Who can we have start? Let's have Cody start this one.
All right, this is easy for me.
Oh, really?
Ghostbusters. The Monty Python movies, they blend together for me, so I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure which one happens in this one. Like
Fair
they're
enough.
just the same. But I like them when I watch them.
Both of them are definitely very similar.
Yeah.
To each other.
Ghostbusters is a goat.
Ghostbusters is a legitimate part of pop culture at this point. It's huge.
He even has a high C.
That's so
I
cool.
forgot to mention, this is actually the wrong poster. This was supposed to be the 2016 Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, okay.
I'd probably still pick
my bad.
Ghostbusters.
I'm just kidding. No, you couldn't even do that on accident. God, that movie's bad. I'm just gonna let Tim go because I know he's gonna pick Ghostbusters, and then we'll go to Bob.
Yeah, well, so I am going Ghostbusters, and so I respect. It's over in the comments. Side Hustle. I respect his Ghostbusters will go because it's a great movie, not because it's a great comedy. I will say I think it's a great comedy though too. I know some people like to lump it more horror because it's like child horror, but
Sure.
It's legitimately a funny movie, start to finish. The script is freaking phenomenal. One of the problems of the 2016 to me is a lot of the stuff is improv, but not improv well. Ghostbusters is a really tight, well-written script. It's captivating, funny. It is legitimately a perfect movie. It's my second favorite movie of all time. So, of course, I'm going with it. And I will stand by that. It's funny as hell.
Mm-hmm. So we know what Tim's hoping wins.
Tim's what?
We know what Tim is hoping wins tonight.
Right.
Yes.
I figured that when it was on there. I almost didn't even want to put it on here. It's because I'm like, oh, Tim's just going to pick that every time. It's like throwing Jurassic Park in there. But I mean, it deserves it. It's on like all these best comedy movie lists, so it's here for a reason. Same with Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Mm-hmm.
Or Monty Python in general. How about you, Bobs? Where you at?
Yeah, so I Ghostbuster I had never seen until probably a couple years ago. I watched all of them. So those were another one that I hadn't watched for a long time. Didn't grow up watching, actually. But I like what Side Hustle said. It's not really even a great comedy. It's just a great movie in general. So it'll definitely go far. So I'm going to go with Ghostbusters. I do like it. I don't love it, but I probably waited too long to see it. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That's right. This man has no dick.
That's right. This man has no dick. Says he had a hard copy blues for popping in here, saying hello to everybody.
What's up, Vin?
And what is Johnny watching? If you want to click on the comment, there we go. He's also here, Mr. Blockbuster logo. Thanks for being here.
What's up, Johnny?
Ghostbusters shouldn't win at all, in my opinion, but it's great. But he doesn't consider it a great comedy.
I mean, so people think though I would go Ghostbusters the whole way. Comedy wise, I would still vote certain ones above it. But I legitimately think it is a comedy first and foremost, and it's funny. But I don't want anyone to think I'm voting Ghostbusters all the way, no matter what. There are some others I'm pulling for here.
Fair enough. Yeah. I've never thought of it as a horror movie at all, even as a kid, because, I had the toys and stuff. Actually, I probably have one like right behind me I could grab, but I don't want to do it right now. I got them for my kid for Christmas. I mean, Santa did. And Ben, where are you at? I'm just curious because I know you really like Monty Python.
I mean, that guy might not have a dick, You know why? Because it's just a flesh wound. I have to go Monty Python Holy Grail. It's a Christmas tradition in my house. Me and my family, we watch this one every year. So
Nice.
Is it a Christmas movie or is it just something you watch around Christmas?
Oh, well, we just watch. It's something we just watch around Christmas time. So
Because it's just a good time.
Yeah, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is the one with the rabbit, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay, I do like that.
Got teeth like this.
Yeah.
That's the one that everyone knows. Like if they've seen any of them, it's probably that one. Well, Ghostbusters is winning either way, but just for the sake of saying it, I would have gone for Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Because I've never been, I mean, I like Ghostbusters a lot, but I've never been a huge fan. I was one of those weird people who liked Ghostbusters 2 more than the first one as a kid, just because I watched it way more often. So now as an adult watching the first one, I'm like, yeah, this is good, but like Young Frankenstein, for some reason, that's one of the movies I always fall asleep while I watch it. Not that it's bad.
I thought I was
a
going to
weird
be
thing
the only
that
one.
always happens to me. There's like 5 movies, and I'm like, no matter what, I fall asleep during this movie.
Derek, I
Those are
thought
the
I was going to be the only one here that got ripped a new asshole for saying Ghostbusters. I didn't love it. I thought it was good. It's enjoyable.
No,
but
it's good. It's just it's not my favorite.
I like the second one better.
People
See,
were
good. I'm not crazy. Okay.
I like the second one better.
I love the second one. I never jumped on the
do I.
A train for the second. I love it.
The first one's a better movie, but the second one's
Yeah.
like just as fun and funny, I think. It's kind of the only stupid thing is they're like, oh wait, let's make it 5 years in the future and then have them not be together and then get back together again, like Bill Murray and it's like that was a pointless like subplot that you didn't need to have in there, but okay. But Ghostbusters, I'm not complaining. Ooh, interesting. We have Charlie Chaplin in the 98-year-old silent classic, The Gold Rush. And Canada, is that how you say it? Canada, am I right? Canada's first boner comedy, Porky's, directed by the director of Christmas Story and Black Christmas.
Yeah. Bob Clark.
Bob Clark.
Yes.
Black.
Is Porky's in that Bob Clark horror collection? I'm just curious.
No, it was
That'd be interesting. All right. Well, I'm just going to let Bob start because I know where he's going.
He's going Gold Rush, right?
Yeah.
You've seen it, right?
I like Charlie Chaplin. I've watched quite a few Charlie Chaplin movies. They all get jumbled because it's been so long. We're talking.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
15 years from now, years ago. But yeah, Porky's is a classic for me. I did watch it at a pretty early age. It was something my dad really looked forward to showing me. And I had such a blast with Porky's. I mean, you guys are quoting Jerk so much. I could quote Porky's and basically word for word that movie. I've seen it so many times. It's just so much fun. I'm always laughing. And I know it doesn't quite maybe age as well, but for me, when something's funny, I'm the kind of person watching it 40, 30 years later or whatever. It's still funny to me. Like maybe it doesn't quite age as well, but this movie was also made in 81, I believe it was.
Yeah.
It came out. So like people got to understand these movies were like things like this were okay and to do back then, So yeah, you're looking at it now 40 years later, it's not okay to do this. But back then when they made it, the stuff was funny.
Right. And honestly, it's like not having just watched this and Animal House in the same week. This I would say is actually less like it aged better than Animal House, I would say.
Yeah, there's some actual
for various reasons.
There's some decent they talk about racism in the movie and some other stuff too in Porky's. So
yeah,
it's not as tasteless as people might think.
Yeah, I was surprised about that actually when I rewatched it, and I was like, oh, there's actually like commentary in this movie to an extent.
Yeah, for sure. I love Porky's, so I'm going Porky's, but I do like Charlie Chaplin.
He's great. Let's go, Ben. I haven't had you on.
Oh, I would have to go. I would have to go Gold Rush. I would have to go Chaplin. That's my era of comedy. I'm a huge Stooge, Abbott Costello, Lauren Hardy fan. So yeah, I just had to go Chaplin and Gold Rush.
Yeah, I had to get at least one like Charlie Chaplin movie in here just because he's too important not to include, and I don't want to be like I tried to get like at least one movie from every decade, and I more or less did that. But I'm like, there needs to be some sort of awesome silent movie in here, and The Gold Rush was the one that showed up on the most lists I looked at, and there always had at least one Charlie Chaplin movie. So yeah, he's a genius. I've said it before. You gotta love him. Even if you don't care about movies from back then,
I'm
You
just
gotta respect the
laughing
hell out of
at,
the guy because he's like the first person to like tell a good story and be hilarious in a movie back in like the early
Mhm.
20s and even before that. So this movie's 98 years old. I just watched it today.
I'm just
Mhm.
laughing at Side Hustle, and Adam says Pee-wee's probably mayor of Angel Beach by now. Oh, that's funny.
Pee-wee should be in this. I would if this was my personal 32, Pee-wee's Big Adventure would be in here. Oh, you're
You
talking
know-
about little Pee-wee, little redhead Pee-wee
Yeah.
from Porky's, right?
Mhm.
That's where he got the name from.
Dude, Pee-wee's
Not
Big Adventure is hilarious as shit, man.
It's
Like even as an adult, it's just like you
Yeah.
laugh out loud watching it.
oh, it's amazing. I love it.
I watched it again a couple years ago at a theater with Paul Rubens there, and it was
Nice.
just
Cool.
it was just like, and it it's probably been a good 15 years since I saw it. Man, I laughed so hard. It was great.
Yeah, it's good.
Great.
You
movie.
saw it in theaters with Paul Rubens?
Yeah.
He didn't like do that thing he does in theaters. Did he?
Nope. But I did.
Yeah. I did when I saw Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
I think he was Mystery Men, and he's amazing in Mystery Men too. He's so funny and everything. Come on, it was a porno movie. What else are you supposed to do while you're in there? Give him a break. Good Lord. Tim, how about you?
So I checked out Gold Rush because of this. Never saw it beforehand. Even though I'm not as well versed on silent era as I should be, the filmmaking, especially with stunt work for people like Chaplin, is above and beyond. It is crazy that those guys didn't die on set. So filmmaking wise, I'm gonna go Gold Rush, but as a comedy, I actually liked Porky's. It's a raunchy comedy, and it's probably one of the few I would pick.
Nice.
I don't love it, but it's funny, so I'm going Porky's.
Nice. How about you, Cody?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like, did you freeze?
No, he didn't even freeze. Didn't lag or nothing.
Did
Can
you
you guys
say
hear
yours,
me?
Cody, or am I
Yeah,
crazy?
we hear
We
you,
can
Cody.
hear you,
Yeah,
Cody.
we can hear you.
Am I freezing?
No,
No,
I'm not freezing.
You're pausing.
but your beard is beautiful.
You're pausing a lot, so we think you're freezing, but you're
Oh,
not.
damn it.
freezing.
So I'm lagging.
no,
No, I'm not lagging.
No.
no.
Oh,
You just turned on.
everyone started lagging, and I couldn't hear anything. All of a sudden, I thought I heard something like Tim sounded like T-Pain over there. And I'm gonna go rush. And then all of a sudden, no, I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, weird.
Oh.
No, the question was, which one are you going with?
Yeah, where are you going with this one, Cody?
So I'm actually a big Charlie Chaplin fan, but I love Porky's. So I'm going with Porky's.
All right. So
I love me
Porky's
some
fantastic.
raunchy comedies, especially movies that can't be made now. I love watching those.
Yeah, they get better now because of that. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I essentially agree with every single thing Tim said.
Yeah.
Like, from a filmmaking standpoint, Charlie Chaplin is a genius, and like
Yeah.
I had to have him on here out of respect for him. And if it was up against other movies, like I'm sure I would pick it over certain things in here. But Porky's is funny. I liked it more than Animal House because I watched them like back to back, essentially, or at least like day after another. And it has better characters in it than Animal House does, and it's like the similar kind of comedy, and there's actually sort of a story. So I liked Porky's more than Animal House. I didn't think I would say that till after I rewatched them both, but it doesn't matter what I think because Porky's is going ahead anyways.
It's like what Side Hustle said in the comments. Tim only talks talkies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's legally obligated not to watch silent films.
Tim's very
Yeah.
clear-minded.
YouTube pays him $45 a month to not watch silent movies. Now he doesn't get a check next month. All right, we have the mid 2000s comedies together, I guess. This is weird. All these things that are matching up together.
Yeah, this is unfair. I mean,
2004's Anchorman with Will Ferrell. Paul Rudd, before I even knew who the hell he was. And I was like, who's that guy? He's hilarious. And because he's everyone's favorite person, he's Paul Rudd. Steve Carell. This was like his first movie, too. Steve Carell, pretty much. First big movie that like people gave a shit about. David Koechner and Christina Applegate. I just rewatched this, too, for this stream. And I'm like, God damn, this movie's funny. I forgot I even owned it. Found it at Big Lots and forgot I bought it.
I love Lamp.
Wedding Crashers is the other brat pack. What do they call them? Frat pack comedies.
Yeah.
There we go. The mid 2000s frat pack with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn.
And
let's start
Christopher
with
Walken.
Yeah, Christopher
Yeah.
Walken. Don't get me started. I'm gonna do really bad Christopher Walken impressions if I keep talking. Who haven't I started with yet? I'm just curious. Have I started with everyone once?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to Binbuster then.
I love Lamp, so I got to go with Anchorman.
That's
So.
that's the best argument you could make for that movie.
Yes.
How about you, Tim?
So don't take this as a slight, Cody and Bob, but just the alleyway fight in Anchorman, just that segment is better than the entirety of Wedding Crashers put together. So I'm going with Anchorman.
Fair enough. That is a good scene, though. You got all the cameos in there, right? Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn is good in that too, even as his little part.
They both have Will Ferrell in them, I guess, and Vince Vaughn. Yeah.
Yeah. And Will Ferrell's in Wedding Crashers. Right. They're in everything together. How about you, Bab?
This isn't even close for me. It's Wedding Crashers. Anything in Wedding Crashers, even the dumbest part of it, is funnier than anything in Anchorman.
Well, that's what you meant by this isn't fair. I thought you meant like, I really love both of these evenly.
No, I mean, because you got a lot of like, I could see the second round too, and it's just like competing against each other. It's just hard stuff. But yeah, I'm going Wedding Crashers. I know Tim hates the movie, and unfortunately Derek does as well. So I feel like me and Cody are screwed on this one.
On that note, what do you think, Cody?
Well, one of my favorite movies is Wedding Crashers. So, are they built for speed or for comfort?
Anchorman.
Yeah. I'm going Wedding Crashers.
All right, so what? 2-2.
We're screwed.
This actually worked out really well because I've been like screwing with Tim for months about how much I hate Wedding Crashers, and I've been playing the long con on him on this one because I like secretly love this movie.
No,
and it kept escalating and snowballing because I've just been screwing with you guys. I'm just kidding. I don't like that movie. It's boring. I'm gonna go. I was waiting for someone to go like, really, but you didn't play along. But like, yeah, but the exact opposite. That's what I was hoping to say. But yeah, I didn't like Wedding Crashers when I saw it in theaters in 2005. I didn't get what everyone was talking about, how funny it was. I'm like, yeah, it was all right, I guess. And then I didn't watch it for 18 years, and I was like, yeah, it's still all right, I guess. Like I chuckled throughout it, but I don't think I laughed louder than. And the best line of the movie is 30 seconds into it, and it's neither of these guys saying it. So it's like, come on.
You shut your mouth and you talk to me.
Yes, that's the best line of the movie. And
not
even, I'm like, oh, great. When you rewatched it because that was the only line I remembered. But yeah, I mean, I get why people like it. It's not for me. I find it extremely boring and not.
This movie is for me.
I am disappointed in this panel choosing Anchorman over Wedding Crashers.
Well, we're choosing the comedy, so it works out.
Yeah,
because of that reason. So.
No, actually, Mel says Wedding Crashers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she should have said to be on the panel then. I guess I don't know. What do you so we're going Anchorman, I guess. But Wedding Crash that was yours, wasn't it, Bob? Wedding Crashers.
It was, yeah.
That was Bob's pick.
No way.
Everyone here has a pick, a secret pick in this, and so once it gets X-nayed, I'll say whose it was. They're mostly obvious if you know us well enough.
Yeah, Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
I swear, if American Pie gets eliminated, I'm just gonna leave.
I got another person down here waiting, so just in case someone rage quits. I'll cut my kid down here. He likes half of these movies. He's 5. He gets them. So here we have more mid to late 90s movies together. American Pie and the Coen Brothers cult classic, which started its own religion, by the way, The Big Lebowski. Yeah. I'll start with Cody on this one.
So I've never seen The Big Lebowski.
What?
But
it's a movie you'd like or would like live your life by.
I've just never got around to see it, but it's on my list to see really, really soon. But one of my favorite movies is American Pie, so I'm pretty sure it's not as good as American Pie. So I'm going with American Pie.
I think we're outnumbered on this one too, Cody, and I'm so.
I know this one. I think could go either way. So
you don't know.
Bob, you like American Pie, Bob?
I'm
obviously.
so salty about
you
this.
Made that
yes,
obvious.
I will say American Pie. The scene where he's like, "You, what does he say? You fuck a stranger in the ass. This is what you get for fucking a stranger in the ass, right?" in Big
Oh,
Lebowski. I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
something like that's funny, but I think Big Lebowski is actually like overrated. I think it's funny, but I didn't love it. But another one that I didn't watch until probably 4 years ago. But I don't mind it. But American Pie is probably like American Pie 2 is my favorite comedy of all time. But the American Pie franchise is one of my favorites.
I don't think I've even seen them all. There's 4 now, right? I mean, not including the stupid spin-offs and shit.
Yeah, there's 4.
Yeah.
Okay. I never saw the 4th one then. I saw the first 3 in theaters, I remember for sure. How about you, Tim? Where are you at?
So, what do you think? Do you think my rug really ties the room together? I'm going Big Lebowski. I mean, how can you not go with the Coens? I don't dislike American Pie though. It's fine. I don't have the nostalgia for that one really. I don't know. So Big Lebowski.
Tim and I are not going to be ride or die, cream together, stream together.
You guys still have to cream together after this, just so you know, no matter how much you disagree.
I do not oblige.
Okay, what you've been.
I mean, as much as I like Big Lebowski, I think Fargo's much better, in my opinion, by the Coens.
Well, I mean, that's not the argument here.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
I know, but I've seen every American Pie movie. I enjoy them. I mean, this was just so iconic. Yeah, so
You're not wrong.
I'm going to vote American Pie.
Oh, wow.
Ben.
Damn.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ben,
see, that's
you're my
why
ride or die
I didn't
now.
know on this one.
Oh, yeah, I see how
the only thing I knew is that, like, well, I'm going Big Lebowski, and I know 2 people are going American Pie, but I don't know who the other 2 people were going. Yeah, I didn't even like Big Lebowski the first time I saw it, to be completely honest. And then I fell in love with the Coen brothers and rewatched it, and I'm like, oh wait, it's great. After rewatching it like 17 times.
Well, I fell in love with Jim's dad, so
Yeah.
he's probably the best dad in the
He
world.
is easily the best part of that movie. Yeah,
But he doesn't make sense in anything other than the first 4 movies of why he's in them. It doesn't make any sense. But it's
he's
so
a name and
hilarious.
he needs money.
Yeah,
That's why.
it's so hilarious that he's in those, though. So.
Yeah, they needed something funny in him. You got to get Eugene Levy. Yeah, the 2 best things that came out of American Pie were people rediscovering Eugene Levy and me discovering a hobby I've been doing since I was 14. But it looks like we're going with American Pie. Okay, they're different at least. It's not the same movie on either side like the 5 of these have been. We have Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, and Office Space. And they're both amazing in very different ways. How about you, Tim? I'll start with you this time.
So Dr. Strangelove is damn good, but I watched Office Space before I started working, and then now as you rewatch that as an adult in the workforce, that movie hits even more.
Yeah.
It does a good job at showing how much work fucking sucks. So yeah, it's funny. Lumbergh is such a memorable character, and who forgets the red stapler? So
yes.
You can't not go. I Office Space is an easy one on this.
Like, where's the comment? There it is. Red stapler all day. Have you seen my stapler? Mizzy hasn't seen Dr. Strangelove. We'll go buy the Columbia Classics Volume 1 set. It's really easy to find. And go get that, and it's in there.
Volume 1? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or you can just buy it on its own, actually. That's like the one that you can get on its own. And that's it. And it's on Criterion Collection. How about you, Bob?
I actually haven't seen either one of these.
Really? I thought you had seen Office Space for sure.
I have Dr. Strangelove. I just haven't gotten around to seeing it. In Office Space, I've been wanting to see it. I just that would have been one of the ones I watched, but I also don't own it, and I just couldn't get around to getting to it. There's a few that I wanted to get around to for the stream, and I didn't get to it.
I don't own Office Space either, but I watched it on HBO Max. I think had it, so I was able to watch it on there. So at least I watched it. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll go to Cody.
So I like movies that have a little bit of flair in them. Office Space.
At least 15 pieces of flair.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anyone in the workforce not relating to that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Except for like upper management being like, wait, this is how they feel about us. But they probably still feel that same way about their bosses. Like, no matter what, someone's got a boss, unless they're like the owner of the company and they don't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely relatable for sure. Vinbuster, where are you at?
I mean, it's all about the Bobs and Office Space. So
The bombs.
the best part of the movie, though, in my opinion, is Michael Bolton in the car on the ride to work.
Oh yeah,
With that rap music, and the guy is walking by and he turns it all the way down, but
and
it's
locks
still
his door.
yes, it locks his door.
Oh yeah, that's good shit. Yeah, Bob, you got to watch these. They're great.
Yeah, I do want to.
They're both great.
Yeah, Bob, I
mean,
think you'd like it.
If yeah, you'd like Office Space for sure. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Doctor Strangelove. I just love how long the title is.
Yeah, it's the longest. It might not be the long. It was the longest title, and I think that first Borat movie beat it by like a word or two. But yeah, Doctor Strangelove is like the best political comedy ever made, and it's brilliant. And it's really short too, which is nice for a Stanley Kubrick movie. Not only is it like hilarious, and it's only like an hour and a half long, which most Stanley Kubrick movies are neither of those things. So I highly recommend watching it. It's very funny and sarcastic, and Peter Sellers is a genius in it. But yeah, I don't know. As far as like better movie, I'd go Doctor Strangelove. But as far as which one's funnier, they're equally funny in completely different ways to me. But it doesn't matter what I think because Office Space already won. So that's why I like to go last sometimes. It's like I don't have to pick. I don't have to feel bad about it. All right, here we have Superbad, which is the newest movie on this tournament, which shows you how bad comedies are nowadays. This movie's 16 years old, everybody, and it's the most recent comedy I put on here. I kind of wish I put The Hangover on here. I didn't think about it till after the fact. I was like, oh wait, that was like a huge comedy movie that made like $200 million in theaters. I probably should have included, but it also didn't really show up on like a lot of lists or anything either, which kind of surprised me. And Miss Doubtfire, which I know most of you rewatched very recently because of Bob's Street.
Are we going to talk about Sally Field again?
I said, like, let's get into Sally Field first. Reenact everything you guys said because I was busy playing Dr. Mario all night.
Yeah, Tim, Tim full screen. He could talk about Sally Field.
We're here about the comedy right now, and Sally Field just makes me angry in that movie. So,
what? She's a wonderful actress, Tim. I don't know what you're talking about.
Look how happy she is on the poster.
Yeah, she's like, oh, this nanny of mine, she's great. She sure loves my children's. That Lawrence brother. Well, since you love Sally Field so much, what do you think about the movies?
Oh, for me,
yeah.
So I mean, Mrs. Doubtfire has a lot of heart and is not pure comedy, but the comedy lands better than Superbad. I'm not a big Superbad fan. It's a movie that exists that I saw back in 2007, and I don't know if I've rewatched it because it's fine. So Mrs. Doubtfire by far.
Nice. That's kind of the thing with the 2000 comedies. They're either like, I don't care or I love them. There's like no in between.
2000s is my least favorite decade. Like it has some good movies, but it's such a forgettable decade. I really don't care for the 2000s.
Like in general?
Yeah, in general. I think it's the worst decade.
Yeah, it's probably up there. That's for sure. How about you, Ben? I'll go to you next.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Fair enough.
I've seen Superbad maybe twice, but Mrs. Doubtfire is one I always go back to over and over and over again. And I quote Mrs. Doubtfire almost all the time around my family and other people. So,
like, you dress up like a woman around them, or just...
no.
You should. It would look great on you. I think you could pull it off. You could pull off the Doubtfire look. How about you, Bob?
Go to Cody first. This is really hard for me. I guess. Oh God. Superbad was awesome for me watching it in like, right after high school or something like that. I do like it. Jonah Hill, he's so annoying. And I just rewatched Mrs. Doubtfire, and I had no idea that I liked it that much. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to go Mrs. Doubtfire because I just had such a fun time rewatching that.
I haven't watched it in years. Well, I know what Cody's picking. That's why I wouldn't have him last.
So I love Superbad, but I got to go with the movie that gave me my theme song for my channel, and that's going to be Mrs. Doubtfire. Help is on the way.
So glad that it wouldn't have mattered. this was a tough one for me, but yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah,
I said that made my decision easy then.
Like what Ken said, Tim here.
So,
You're throwing shade on Ken's favorite films.
so I wasn't even talking just comedy though. By the way,
Yeah,
I'm talking
that's what's funny.
2000s across every genre is like the worst decade of movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good ones, but it's mostly garbage.
Yeah,
for sure.
And as
10% amazing and like 90%
one
trash.
of Tim's favorite comedies is Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Again, special meaning because it was first date with my wife. I don't know how many times I got to repeat that.
I know.
Dodgeball's great. I love Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn is gold to me. I love Vince.
Dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah, I say that all the time.
Yeah, I like Dodgeball. I like Dodgeball more than half the things on this list, honestly.
Well,
It could have to be all my movies because that's cheating.
Frightful Night Media also agrees with Ken.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
2000 classic comedies. But it all depends on when you grow up, though, or what year you grew up. Yeah, I agree with Ken on that one. Yes, 2000 horror was easily the worst.
It's a lot
the
of
only decade where I didn't like seek out seeing horror movies at all.
Tons of
It's just I did a video a while ago about my favorite movie from each year I've been alive. And when I got to the 2000s, I struggled, and not because there were so many great movies each year. It was like, well, shit. The best movie of this year doesn't even touch the best movie of this year in the 90s. Like, it,
right.
2000 sucks. It really sucks.
You gotta start watching more silent movies, and maybe you'll learn something. Yeah, I mean, it does. Miss Doubtfire wins, so hurrah! I love Superbad. Actually, that's like honestly my favorite comedy from the entire decade, probably. And it's one I can actually go back and rewatch like at least once a year, and I think it's fucking hilarious. But Mrs. Doubtfire is one of like the 7 movies I owned on VHS as a kid and rewatched like 1,000 times, and I saw it in theaters. Mm-hmm. And I remember the ad saying for this year's Mother's Day, get your mom Mrs. Doubtfire on video cassette, and we did, even though it was for me. So Mrs. Doubtfire wins. Oh no. Okay, we got the 2 movies you can't make anymore against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good Lord. This is hard. Let's start with you, Cody.
I'm going with The Jerk on this one.
Okay.
It's a classic.
Any reason? You just, I mean, you obviously love it. So.
Yeah, I've seen it way more times than Blazing Saddles. I love Steve Martin. I don't think he does anything. He doesn't make a bad movie. And it always makes me hungry for pizza in a cup, so.
Yeah, I know. I want pizza in a cup so bad.
Oh, do you like Bowfinger?
I've never seen Bowfinger.
Okay.
I need to watch it. I saw that in theaters and I haven't seen it since, so I don't remember anything about it.
So with like Eddie Murphy, Jamie Kennedy, and Heather Graham, right?
Yeah, Eddie Murphy one, where he's like twin brother or a brother, or he's a lookalike of like a famous actor and he's trying to make a movie with him or something like that.
Yeah. I do want to see it. It looks funny.
It was pretty good from what I remember.
Why, Bob, do you like Bowfinger?
No.
Oh.
I don't remember liking it that much. I just remember seeing it in theaters. That's like, yeah, I saw that. That's as much as I, like that movie.
That was such a stern no from Bob. You like that one? No.
I barely remember it. I just remember not thinking it was very funny.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I mean, maybe if I watch it as an adult, I'd like it. But I was 12 or 13 when it came out. Okay. Well, let's go to Tim. I'm curious about you on this one.
Oh, I'm Jerk all the way. Like, Blazing Saddles is really good, but Jerk is legitimately one of my favorite comedies of all time. It's more memorable.
Bob, how about you?
I've never seen Blazing. I've never seen Blazing Saddles, but I'm going Blazing Saddles.
That's one you cannot see and vote on, and I approve it.
I can't do that, but I guess I have to go The Jerk because it's the only one I've seen. But
no, you don't have to vote for it just because you saw it.
No.
What if it sucks and you saw it? I mean, you don't like it. Why would you vote for it? If you don't like it, don't vote for it.
Maybe it's too late, but it's like, yeah, I know everybody in the comment section loves it. But seriously, the people I watched it with last night, nobody enjoyed it either. So we weren't laughing at all. I don't know. It just.
You were tired.
Not
you watched it with the wrong people. That's the problem.
You have to pay attention to the movie.
Yeah. You have to listen to the sharp, quick-witted dialogue.
Yeah, that's exactly
Carl Reiner.
Sorry, I'm not gonna apologize for not liking something though.
Yeah, that's fine. You should watch it again though, because it's great. I've been watching that movie since I was like 8 years old. I was like, okay, that's great. How about you, Ben?
I mean, I love Mel Brooks. my favorite of his has to be History of the World and Spaceballs.
Oh, Spaceballs.
Since
Spaceballs
neither one's on this list, I gotta go with The Jerk.
I almost put Spaceballs on here too, but I was like, I can't have 3 Mel Brooks movies on here. And these are the 2 that always show up on
Yeah.
greatest comedies ever lists because apparently
I-
Spaceballs sucks according to reviews, but it's great.
I also have to go The Jerk because he finally found his special purpose.
That's true. I got one. My wife was just like, "Oh my god," when that scene was. All right. Well, yeah. These are like my 2 favorite movies on this list. I'll just be completely honest right now. Blazing Saddles is easily my favorite Mel Brooks movie, but I'm still gonna go with The Jerk. That's how much I like The Jerk. So we're doing that. God, Blazing Saddles is so funny though.
This is
All
bullshit.
right, we got Ghostbusters and Porky.
This is BS.
How about you, Bob? I know you love Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I like Ghostbusters, just
I know.
not as much as the rest of you. Porky's for sure for me. I mean, I'm going Porky's. It's Porky's all day for me. Love that movie. It was just so much fun. My dad had such a blast showing it to me, and I just had such a great time with it. Still do to this day.
I agree with what Ken says. He's on the same page as me. You keep watching The Jerk until you like it.
I feel like The Jerk.
I said that too, Ken. Did you miss that? I said that. That's the first thing I said. Turn the sound on next time you watch it.
I feel like The Jerk because I didn't like The Jerk, but all right.
It's gonna be the next mid-evolution stream. I'm telling you, Bob. That's what it's gonna be.
I'm not going to change it.
Tony's going to educate you about why The Jerk is amazing.
But Silence of the Lambs was the next mid-evolution stream.
No, Silence of the Hams?
Silence of the Lambs.
Can I be on that one?
Yeah, you got to ask Ken.
All right. So, Cody, how about you?
This is an easy one for me. I love Porky's, but Ghostbusters is a goat.
The Ghostbusters?
The Ghostbusters.
I'd ask Tim, but that would just waste oxygen. Ben Buster, where are you at?
Porky's.
Really?
Wow. If only Cody or Derek maybe could help us out here. You know what? I've always liked you, but you went from up here to here, and Tim went from here to here tonight.
It's because, like I said, when the Ghostbusters was up the first time, I liked the second one better. I think the second one, to me, is funnier than the first, especially all the Rick Moranis stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Rick Moranis is
Tim's
great.
always been up here. Tonight he's here now. Up here.
I'm just always in the middle.
And I've always liked you, but more respect to you after tonight, man.
He's gonna send you Missy's Misfits photos, personalized. Or I can send them to you. I'm the photographer. So.
Tim. I will send you the photos of Tim.
Yeah. So what is it now? Is it Ghostbusters?
It's 2-2.
Porky's. So it's up to me.
Yeah.
Assuming Tim said Ghostbusters, which I'm just gonna assume. Because once again, I don't want to. I don't want to. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. I mean, sorry, but Ghostbusters is a better movie. I like Porky's, but Ghostbusters is like an all-time classic in many a genre and also in pop culture. So for those reasons, yeah, I got to go with Ghostbusters. But I do like Porky's a lot. It's funny. It's like the highest grossing movie of like the 80s, damn near. It's crazy. All right, the 2 A movies. Anchorman and American Pie. So now we're at the point where we already talked about them all, so we can get through it a little quicker. I'll start. I haven't started yet. I saw Anchorman 3 times in theaters, and I thought it was like the funniest damn thing in the world when I saw it, because I like the quasi-improvised humor movies, as long as they don't do it too much, which this one kind of, it's on the cusp of doing it too much, but it just works for just the stupid premise of the movie, so I think I don't mind it as much in this movie. But when it's like a more reality set modern movie, it does not work at all to me, but this one it does. American Pie, I saw it in theaters and I liked it enough, and it's just one of those ones I like. Yeah, I enjoy it, and I've watched it probably 7 times in my life, which is more than a lot of movies. But I think Anchorman is funnier. When I watch it, I laugh more through it. So I would go Anchorman between these two. How about you, Ben Buster?
I mean, we talk about coming of age films a lot. That's what American Pie is. Not only is it a comedy, it's a coming of age film. You have different characters coming together, different groups of friends, striving for one to help their buddy Jim out no matter what. So, and Cinephile to me just is hilarious.
So he's going,
He is
going
great.
Anchorman.
Ben's coming with nothing but facts tonight. Ben with nothing
Charlie
but
Scott
knowledge.
is great. I like
My
him in
turn?
Role Models. I just watched Role Models again, and that movie's
Yeah.
amazing. If more
like
people
Ben
like that
Affleck.
movie, it'd probably be on this list. Yeah, Tim, where are you at?
Anchorman is significantly funnier. I laugh more at it. You give me a choice to watch one of the two, I'm gonna watch Anchorman, and I'm gonna laugh more.
Sarah, where I am, basically. Both good things. One's funnier. Bob, I know where you're going, but say it anyways.
Well, American Pie is significantly way funnier. It's a better movie. It's hilarious. There's nothing that makes Anchorman a better or funnier movie at all.
Except for that, it is. But yeah,
I wouldn't even say it's a better movie, but I definitely think it's a funnier movie, personally.
Not even close. Cody, you got to break a tiebreaker here.
Okay, this is easy for me. Nothing touches American Pie with anything Anchorman does.
Thank you. Thank
Fair
you.
enough.
I think he's got it right. Tim's got it wrong. And
I'm going to regret doing you guys a favor and putting up Porky's and American Pie on this damn thing. Because they wouldn't have been on here if I would have gone strictly off of the internet list. I just knew people would be like, why isn't that on there if I didn't include it? So I did. And I mean, I like them too, so why not? All right. Orifice Space and Mrs. Doubtfire. God, this is very different kinds of comedy. Let's start with you again, Cody, here.
So no matter whenever it's on, I watch it from the beginning. Or let me restart. This movie, if it's on TV, I can watch it from wherever it's at and have a good time, and I can watch it over and over again. There's another movie on this list that I can do the same thing with. So I'm going with Mrs. Doubtfire.
Nice.
It has everything you want in a movie.
All right. Bob, you haven't
well,
seen
yeah,
Office Space?
I'll go Mrs. Doubtfire on this. Honestly, like I said, awesome rewatch, man. Such a fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
You're making
fun.
me want to rewatch it. I think I have it. I just haven't watched it.
And I'm like, obviously, you guys are all bigger fans of comedies than I am at the end of the day, but Mrs. Doubtfire truly made me laugh again. Like, I hate when I feel like I have to try to laugh in a movie.
Mhm.
Mrs. Doubtfire is genuine laughs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen it 100 times, and I laugh every time I watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, like the movies that I know it's just me. It's a personal thing. Movies that feel like they're trying to be funny, I don't think they're funny. But it's a subjective way of looking at it. But that's how I feel when I watch movies. I'm like, this movie's trying too hard to be funny, and I don't find it funny. But some movies are just genuinely funny, even if they're obviously trying to be funny, because that's what they're doing. It's a comedy.
And I honestly,
my brain perceives it that way. I'm just like, I don't get it. Why?
And honestly, rewatching like Robin Williams movies, it was really fun. And he's obviously such a good actor, but he's really funny. And that, like, obviously, I know this is a comedy stream, but it's also a really emotional movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great like dramatic comedy too. How about you, Tim?
so yeah, it's a heavy balance of drama and comedy, and Robin is perfect. But Office Space is overall funnier and more relatable because I fucking hate work. It's just, yeah, I get more laughs out of Office Space. Mrs. Doubtfire is the better movie for any mood, but Office Space just brings more laughs from me, I guess.
Fair enough. Just want to warn everybody. Mrs. Doubtfire wins, and Lumberg's going to make us all come in on Saturday. So I already work Saturday, so I don't care.
About that.
Ben Buster, where are you at?
Tough one, because I can relate, like Tim was saying, to Office Space for the same reasons.
Yeah,
we all can. But honestly, it's Mrs. Doubtfire. I think for me, it's just that I find it that much funnier just because of the fact that Robin's no longer with us and we cannot see what he would have became like currently now in his comedy. Whereas Office Space, yeah, it's one of those things that it's always played on Comedy Central. So
Yeah, Mike Judge, the Mike Judgeness of it.
Yeah,
for sure. So Mrs. Doubtfire it is. I'm like pretty much even on both of these. Like I kind of agree with like Mrs. Doubtfire is objectively probably the better movie, I would say, but I kind of agree with him that I laugh more throughout Office Space. So I don't care. So we'll go Mrs. Doubtfire, and we'll all come in on Saturday eventually. Oh, here's Tim's favorite category. I'll make you go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna shock everyone. I'm going Jerk.
Yes.
You know how much I love Ghostbusters, and it is a comedy first and foremost to me. But Jerk is like rolling on the floor, my stomach hurts laughing funny the whole fucking way. I love the Jerk. So yes, I like Ghostbusters more as a movie, I guess. Jerk is way funnier though.
Mm-hmm. Bob, how about you? We'll just go in order.
Ghostbusters.
Cody.
Ghostbusters.
Ooh. Binbuster.
The Jerk.
Oh, Derek.
Up to me? That's wonderful.
Just think about that. I voted against this, but
yeah. Tim has several Ghostbuster tattooed on him that we've never seen. That's how much he likes that movie. They're on his penis, by the way. But I'm going with the Jerk because that's what, like Tim said, it's the funnier movie. Even if Ghostbusters is objectively better,
Wow, Ghostbusters.
I think the Jerk is infinitely funnier than Ghostbusters. I never found Ghostbusters to be that funny. I just think it's a good movie that is also funny. So, no shade. Ooh, I'm gonna start with Cody on this one because I want him to make him think.
So this one is okay. So if this was American Pie 2, I might choose something different.
You're crushing Bob right now.
But I fucking love Mrs. Doubtfire. So
all right, well, Bob's crying. Ben, where are you at?
Well, there's more than one thing you can do with a pie, and place it in your face. It's an old comedy trope. I gotta go American Pie.
These are both pie movies.
Yes, they are.
No, that's funny. Yeah.
One six is fate.
Yeah, American Pie.
Oh,
1/6 is face in a pie, and the other 1/6 is dick in a pie.
Yeah. Well, Tim and I talked about actually doing that last night, but then we decided to put the pie on our face, basically. We were talking about taking our pie and coming into the stream, but we were like, we might not be able to do the stream afterwards. We decided against it.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do, sue you? Well, now that Bob's not alone, let's let him say his piece.
I might surprise you guys with this one, but I'm actually going to go without what Cody said. I'm going to go American Pie.
What?
Yeah. Going American Pie against Cody. No, American Pie is great. I love Mrs. Doubtfire, so I hope American Pie wins, but at least it would be against a good title. But Cody, we'll talk about it later.
We'll argue about it afterwards.
Yeah.
For 8 hours. Yeah, Tim, I think I know what you're gonna say, but let's hear it.
I mean, yeah, it's Mrs. Doubtfire.
I'm not me again. Right?
American Pie, it's fine. It's got some laughs, but I don't care that much.
Got some laughs.
It's got some. Yeah. I like American Pie, but Mrs. Doubtfire it's better. So I too will go Mrs. Doubtfire, but like I said, at least it loses to a good movie, Bob. What-ohs?
Bob left the stream, so.
Hey.
I just have a feeling that American Pie wouldn't have made it much further if it did go on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, it's lucky to be here in the first place.
Shut up, Derek. I'm gonna smack you.
You shut your mouth and you talk about American Pie.
If it was based on the list I researched, it wouldn't be on this. I just did it because I know everyone likes it so much. I'm like, yeah, we're all that age. I better put that on there. It's kind of like was my theory.
I'm not gonna.
I didn't want Bob to spank me again, so
I'm
I
not
figured
gonna-
I'd put use an American Pie
You
on here
liked
for
it
him.
when I spanked you last time, Derek. So don't go there, okay?
Hey, that's weird. Don't get that far into it. It's okay. We have different dads.
But but yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have no friends after tonight.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, Bob, I know what you're going to say, so let's start with you.
Oh yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire. It's great.
Okay. Cody.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, Tim.
I voted for the jerk over Ghostbusters, so yes, I'm voting for the jerk over Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, God.
Okay. Bin Buster. You're the wild card.
Am I? Because I could tie it up.
Oh, you don't. You can tie it up all you want. I know what I'm doing. There's no contest about what I'm doing.
The jerk.
Okay,
Wow.
the jerk it is.
Mm.
It's
Wow.
funnier. I mean, Doubtfire is a great movie, but the jerk is
The
funny.
jerk is so funny, Bob. The whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Doubtfire, by the way, was Cody's choice to be on here because Bob already did
Cody.
Wedding Crashers, and I was like, no, Bob already picked Wedding
I
Crashers.
had
Well,
Cody's
yeah.
back.
So he picked Mrs. Doubtfire, and I was like, okay.
It
Yeah,
made
so-
it all the way to going against one of the funniest movies ever. So
It's
Yeah.
not one of the funniest movies ever. Why is that? What? Dear God, people need help. All right.
Well, the jerk is officially in the finals because we're on the second half here. So I'm going to
Mhm.
close this out for a second here.
I'm gonna throw up.
Look at you. If you're going to spew into this. If I had a Dixie cup, I'd hold it. But Mr. Binbuster is kind
ready,
enough.
Derek.
Huh?
Yeah. I said
To
get
do
ready,
a
Derek.
giveaway here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring up a thing.
I mean, not every movie could make it onto this list. So I was going through my shelves and realized I had doubles of this. So I would like to give this trilogy away to whoever can answer the question that Derek will be putting up on this screen after I explain what the movies are, and it's the first person who actually does it in the chat. So if you're the first person, and everyone here on the panel will watch a chat for that, and whoever it is, message me on Instagram so I could get your address so I could ship to you the Hangover trilogy. So
Oh,
there we
nice.
go. Yeah. So I had extra copies of these, so I decided, hey, I want to gift it to somebody else. There you guys go.
Ben, I thought you were giving away the Uncle Drew behind you.
No,
No, he has 3 of those. He's not giving any of those up.
I like-
no. I only have one. I only have one of those.
I like that.
I only have one of those.
The other 2 are in a safe somewhere. Here's the question, though. I'm going to
Yes.
do this just in case I read bad. What actor has a cameo as King Richard at the end of Robin Hood Men in Tights? What actor has a cameo as King Richard at the end of Robin Hood Men in Tights?
Derek's doing his voice.
My radio voice.
Definitely another comedy that didn't make this list with the question either. So
Yeah.
thought it was appropriate as well.
Another Mel Brooks movie, since we haven't mentioned enough of them. Oh, I like this guess, but no, it's
No.
not that literal. It's not that King Richard. Oh, there, Brian got it. I
Brian
think.
got it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Brian. I'll message you
Damn.
on Instagram, man. So
Sir Patrick Stewart is the correct answer.
Mhm. Yep.
Wonderful. All right, and I have another surprise giveaway. It's going to be a big one. I almost removed myself from the chat. I have here a $200 Target gift card.
Can I win
If
this?
anyone wants this, just be the first person to get to me in the chat here. Just so you know, it's a used gift card, but I'll send it to you, and but you can reload it with money, and then buy anything you want. But it had $200 on it when I got it, so I don't think there's a limit. So if anyone wants this, just message me, and pay for a stamp, and I'll send it over to you. If you want a Target gift card that used to have $200 on it. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Here's the real surprise, though. I got. If anyone hasn't noticed, I've been a little away lately from the videos. It's because I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes work for Bob. If you haven't noticed on all of his things, not only have I been his official photographer and manager of the Mizzy's Misfits.
Oh no!
But I've been, not even he knows about this. I've been cutting a deal with a really big company here to make Mizzy's Misfits themed. You know what? I'm just gonna let the commercial speak for itself here. We'll just do it.
Coming soon from the hunks over at Mizzy's Misfits, exclusively from Hanky's Toys. Available in 3 sizes. The Big Bobby in actual size, small, and a new extra medium size. Coming this fall from Hanky's Toys.
What the
About overnight success. I talked to the Hanky's Toys people, and they were like, we need to make all these guys replicas right away. So we got one from everybody coming. They were going to do Mizzy's first for the commercial, but they couldn't get a lens long enough to put the whole thing in picture. So they started with Bob because it was just a little easier. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So maybe Bob doesn't have his
You want
finger in his
a
butt. He has
50%
something
discount
else.
code? Talk to Bob.
I don't
He can
know
give
what
you
Cody-
an extra medium. An extra medium-sized Big Bobby for your personal use.
Bob goes boom.
I thought of that at work today. I was like, I gotta do that really quick.
Uh,
Asked my wife to do the voiceover. She was like, no. And then I did it.
I was like, that was your
What do
wife?
you need me to say? I'm like, I already did it. So yeah, that happened. All right, let's get back to this. I was going to ask this now before we get going. Does anyone need a bathroom break? I usually do that halfway through.
Oh, jeez.
I'm fine.
Because I'll play my little intro again. If everyone wants to go, we'll come back in a minute and 40 seconds or whatever.
I'm good.
I'm good.
You all good? Okay.
My chest hurts right now, though.
That's the goal. Okay, here we are. Extra medium, Big Bobby. Here we have Caddyshack and the Money Pit. All right, let's start with Mr. Tim Talks Talkies on this one.
So Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Murray, like great cast. Caddyshack is very, very funny. But I have like a soft spot for those everything goes wrong movies, and that's what Money Pit is, and it's funny as hell. They buy this house that's going to be their dream house, and not a damn thing goes right in trying to remodel it. It's very, very funny. So I'm going Money Pit.
Okay, how about you, Bob? Have you seen either or both of these?
I have not seen Money Pit. I want to. Tim has recommended it to me, so I got to get back to that one.
I watched it, yeah, because he kept talking about it.
I'll go with Caddyshack on this one. I do enjoy Caddyshack. Didn't watch it until probably like 5 years ago, so it was long overdue. But so I guess I missed out on it as a kid. But it's still funny.
Mm-hmm.
Caddyshack for me.
Cody, where are you at on this one?
So I agree with everything that Tim says Tim said, and I'm going to go Money Pit. I love Caddyshack, but Money Pit is something I rewatch often, or more often than Caddyshack.
More often than Caddyshack. How about you, Ben Buster?
Caddyshack.
Nice. Yeah, this is a hard one. I actually didn't even see Money Pit until like the first time last year, and I think I just randomly watched it, and it was good. I enjoyed it a lot, but other than it's funny. I like it, but Caddyshack is like one of the all-time classics, so I would go that way, and because I'm all right and nobody's worrying about me. So plus, I mean, we already kicked off the other Bill Murray movie, so let's at least get one in here. So I'll go with Caddyshack. And if it's not obvious, Money Pit was Tim's entry to this thing. Because what you said something else first. You said the jerk, right?
I was gonna put the jerk in, but you already had the jerk set, so
Yeah, I was like, no, that's in. Don't worry about it. I rigged it. It's in there. It's in the finals. I said. All right. Yeah, these are both very awesome. We have Something About Mary. So I have two Farrelly Brothers movies on this list too. I didn't think about that until after the fact. And then the mandatory Eddie Murphy movie. I had to get one in here, and this seemed like the right one to do, with him and Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places, which is easily far and away my favorite Eddie Murphy movie. I'll just say, but let's go with Bin Buster first on this one.
There's something about that movie that just makes me laugh over and over again. I mean, Trading Places is a story about two guys obviously trading places and how one's life is affected by the other's actions and everything. But like I said, there's something about that movie that I must go. There's Something About Mary.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Timothy?
Oh, Something About Mary is much funnier, which surprising I go with that route since it gets pretty raunchy, putting cum in the hair and stuff. But it's a very funny movie. Trading Places is good, but I like Something About Mary more.
No agreements there. Bob, how about you? The raunchy one versus the 80s one.
You know what? I didn't see Trading Places. I wanted to rewatch that. I wanted to watch that tonight for the first time last night over The Jerk, but I don't own Trading Places, and I just didn't want to bother with the streaming and all that stuff. So I'm going There's Something About Mary. I really do enjoy that one. It's just when he zips himself. Oh my God. How'd you get the Frank over the beans or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
I was
feel
gonna beat
the
him on the
pain
Frank.
through the screen.
That's
That was
David's amazing in that part, by the way. Yeah, I think Trading Places, the Paramount Presents Trading Places is actually on sale right now. I saw it earlier today. I was like, oh, it's on sale because they're coming out with a 4K because it's the 40th anniversary. So that's a guarantee. And watch your language about the cum in the hair. There's nothing sassy about that on this stream.
Oh my goodness.
We don't need to talk about crass things like that here. How about you, Cody?
So I love Trading Places, but There's Something About Mary's hilarious. And as soon as Brian said 7-minute abs, like I almost laughed so hard.
7-minute abs.
I agree, Ken. Harland Williams is the funniest damn thing.
Time is a number. Can't get your heart going. Can't get your heart rate going in 6 minutes. No. Yeah, Harland Williams is amazing. Well, that was an easy, clean sweep. I didn't expect, but I'm also going to go Something About Mary. Sorry, Eddie Murphy. This was your chance, but it didn't work out.
That was the first time we all agreed, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I love, like I said, Trading Places is easily my favorite Eddie Murphy movie, at least from the 80s. Probably ever. Like that and Nutty Professor, like the only two I ever watched more than like once or twice in my life. But yeah, I've rewatched Something About Mary dozens of times.
My favorite Eddie Murphy movies aren't even full-on comedies, like the 48-hour movies,
Yeah.
buddy cop
yeah.
movies.
I haven't watched a lot of his older stuff. I've seen pretty much just like Coming to America, that, and then like the 90s stuff he did. I didn't see any of his other 80s things really. Oh, these are two classics. Here we go. We have Airplane, the godfather of the spoof movie, and Some Like It Hot, the 1959 classic, which I also just watched today. They're both very good movies. How about you, Cody? We'll start at the bottom and work our way up.
So this one's actually pretty hard for me because I like both of them a lot.
Yeah, they're both good.
I'm going to go with Airplane because of Robert Stax and Leslie Nielsen. You just can't beat Leslie Nielsen.
No.
He's a legend.
And it's his only movie on here, so.
That's
true. Where is Naked Gun at?
Exactly. Airplane's pretty much on here in lieu of Naked Gun.
All right.
Because I was like, oh, which one do I do? And I was like, I'll put Airplane because it's the OG, the OG Zucker movie.
Yeah. But both great movies.
It was this close though to being on there. I'll admit. I try not to have too many similar movies. I'm like, the ones that were just kind of like happened. How about you, Bob?
You know, I haven't seen Airplane. I have so many copies of it. Haven't gotten around to it, but I genuinely really, I haven't seen Some Like It Hot in like 15 years. I watched it in film class, and I had such a fun time with Some Like It Hot. And I have the 4K, so I'm really looking forward to rewatch of that and the Rebel Without a Cause as well. I've been wanting to rewatch, so Some Like It Hot. Can't wait to rewatch that. I remember really enjoying that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just watched the 4K today/yesterday because I stayed up too late playing Dr. Mario, so we finished it today. I'm just gonna say that as many times as I can. Tim, where are you at? I have a feeling I know, but
you know, they're drastically different types of comedy, but Some Like It Hot, start to finish, is a better movie. Very, very funny. And this movie wouldn't get made today because there'd be assholes fucking picketing the theaters because there's men dressed as women. And this is a very funny movie. Well worthy of the Oscars, and it's a laugh riot. So yeah, Some Like It Hot.
Nice. And Buster.
This is a tough one.
It is a hard one. Out of most of these.
It is. But you can't go wrong with the fish making people sick on an airplane. So, or even how the lady's playing her guitar and keeps knocking out the IV.
Oh God, great.
Yeah. There's so many memorable and quotable spots in an airplane. Don't get me wrong. I like Some Like It Hot. I mean, I would watch either one, but if I had to pick one, it would be Airplane.
Works for me. Yeah. Like I said, I just watched Some Like It Hot again today for the first time in years. With that Kino 4K or whatever. I mean, it's great. It's a great movie. It's hilarious. But they're both great. Some Like It Hot is potentially an objectively better movie, but they're completely different genres, even though they're both comedies. But Airplane is infinitely funnier to me, and having a soft spot for spoof movies, I have to go with Airplane.
Mm-hmm.
But Some Like It Hot is great, so I'm sad that these two had to be like against each other immediately.
I already know the direction this is gonna go, and I'm gonna go the opposite.
Billy Madison. This is here because of Instagram, everybody. There's no Adam Sandler movie anywhere to be seen on any best of comedy movie lists anywhere on the internet that wasn't written by a 13-year-old boy. So I was like, he needs to be somewhere on here. So I made a poll between this, Happy Gilmore, and The Wedding Singer to see which one people wanted to be in here. And Billy Madison and The Wedding Singer tied, which kind of surprised me because honestly, I might pick Happy Gilmore as my favorite of the three. But I like them all a lot. So. And then I did another poll between Billy Madison and Wedding Singer, and Billy Madison won. So that is why Billy Madison is on here. Same thing goes for Anchorman, too, which I forgot to mention. That was also an Instagram poll. Versus the Best Picture winning, which is the only movie I could say that on this list. It Happened One Night from 1935. Oddly enough, there's two movies from 1935 on this in this list, I think. So it's kind of weird. But yeah. I'm going to start with Tim because I know which way he's going to go. You go first, Tim.
Oh, you wanted me to go first? All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I am going with it. It Happened One Night. I just rewatched that again today, and I watched Billy. What was it, last week? Happy Gilmore is the significantly better Adam Sandler movie, and I prefer even Waterboy above Billy. Billy doesn't feel like it has the same character growth and isn't as, I don't know, it's Happy just feels like a better character and is funnier. It Happened One Night is an almost 90-year-old movie, so the comedy is obviously different than people would expect. It's much tamer because, I mean, freaking Hays Code time period, but it is very funny. The romance between them is great. It's a wonderful movie, and like I laughed a lot during it. So yeah, I'm going It Happened One Night.
Bob, how about you?
Billy Madison, I really want to see It Happen One Night. I've heard great things. When I watched Straw Dogs from the Criterion Collection, they referenced It Happened One Night quite a bit in the special features of it. So I do want to see It Happen One Night. But Billy Madison, it's a classic, funny comedy.
I mean, Straw Dogs and It Happened One Night are essentially the same movie. So
no, in the special features they were just talking about, like, because I don't want to. This isn't the Straw Dog stream, but they were talking about the one scene in particular, and they talked about It Happened One Night and the like correlation of sex and cinema and things like that.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Straw Dogs is great though. So yeah, everyone go watch Straw Dogs if you haven't seen it. Assuming you're talking about the original one, right? Because that was the Criterion one.
Yeah.
That's a damn good movie though. Cody, how about you?
So I've never seen what's it called? It Happened One Night.
It happened one night.
I've never seen that movie, and I honestly don't know if I've ever even heard of it. So I'm going with Billy Madison because I love that movie.
Fair enough. Ben Buster, how about you?
I got into a discussion about this with somebody yesterday. Billy Madison is one of the Adam Sandler's earliest things, and just like Waterboy and Happy Gilmore, his comedy has aged to perfection and has become more mature over the years. I'm not and those other two movies I mentioned are, in my opinion, better than Billy Madison. So I have to go with It Happened One Night.
Oh, making it up to me. Dang it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I'm just going to go, which one makes me laugh more often? I'm going to go with Billy Madison. Even though It Happened One Night is obviously the better film.
Yeah, I mean, realistically,
Billy Madison is hilarious, and I grew up on it. So
I don't think anything that old would have a chance in the.
Yeah.
What makes it comedy was just different then. The stuff you pull off in Billy Madison, you couldn't even do in It Happened One Night. So the comedy is just different. I mean, nothing can realistically win that's that old.
You're right. It's a hilarious movie. Like I had to have it in here because it's like essentially the OG. Because I say OG because I was born a poor black child. Don't forget. Romantic comedy. Like every romantic comedy ever, like should thank this movie for existing, and like it's one of the 3 movies that won the top 5 Academy Awards ever in 95 years. It's an amazing movie, and I finally watched it for the first time when I did our Best Picture tournament, the winter tournament or whatever. It's great, but Billy Madison is the funnier movie to me. But like Tim said, they're completely different kinds of comedy, so it depends on what you want to watch, sort of a thing. But It Happened One Night's a better movie, so I'll give it that. Okay, so we have Wayne's World and UHF, the Weird Al masterpiece that nobody saw when it came out. And it's also my 5-year-old's favorite movie. I've seen it 30 times this week. I'm gonna start with Ben Buster on this one.
I mean, as great as Mike and Dana are together in Wayne's World, I laughed, I cried, I didn't hurl though. It's promised me I'm going to hurl. If a movie's promise me I'm going to hurl, then I should hurl, and I didn't. So that's why I have to pick UHF. Yeah.
I can't vote against Weird Al on this. I'm going UHF also.
Nice. Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not the massive Wayne's World fan though, too, are you?
No.
It's weird. Not in the Weird Al way. Bob, how about you?
I've never even heard of UHF until this stream.
Really? You didn't watch my video I did of it last year? That I made last summer?
Can't watch all your content. Sorry, Derek.
Oh, come on. I know you didn't know me then, probably, but you should have watched me. I mean, we're brothers, so we knew each other.
I did binge watch like 10 of your videos in one day, but that wasn't one of them. So I'm going to go with Wayne's World, but I don't even remember that all too well. I think I've seen bits and pieces of it. I don't think I've seen it in like its entirety, and it's probably not my type of humor to begin with, but I'll go with Wayne's World.
UHF wouldn't be your type of humor either.
No.
I do. You know, some people get mad when your friends will say, you're not going to like this. So last night, Tim told me, he's like, you're not going to enjoy The Jerk. I don't think you will. I actually appreciate when people will warn me ahead of time, like, I don't think you'll like this movie. And it's cool when they're right, because I'd rather not waste my time if my friends know I'm not going to enjoy something.
Maybe you would have liked it if he didn't tell you you weren't going to like it, though.
No.
Put that in your head. Put the scene in your head.
We'll blame.
I thought you might like The Jerk because it does have some raunchiness to it.
It has some, but it's very, very silly, dumb, and that's why I feel you didn't watch Army of Darkness yet, right?
No.
Yeah, that's why I was recommending.
I was going to watch it if you did your stream, but you're not doing it. So
yeah, no, Army of Darkness. It's too silly, stupid for you. I think you'll hate it. So.
Yeah. If you don't like Evil Dead 2 compared to Evil Dead 1, you're not going to like Army of Darkness compared to Evil Dead 1 or 2. But nobody cares about Evil Dead this weekend. Nobody's talking about that. Let's talk about UHF and Wayne's World.
Do it for the clicks, Derek. Do it for the clicks.
Right, yeah. That's what I try to avoid personally. But yeah, so Bob said Wayne's World because you don't know what UHF is, right? And Cody, how about you?
So I like both movies. I've only seen UHF once. So I'm going with the movie that needs a third installment, which is going to be Wayne's World.
All right. Well,
Does it
So
really
you're
need a
there.
third installment? Does it really?
Absolutely.
I mean, they have 3 Austin Powers, so why not, right? I'm drinking out of my Wayne's World glass tonight. And I love both of these movies with a passion. But the fact that if I vote for UHF means it wins, and I love Weird Al a lot more than I like either Mike Myers or Dana Carvey, and it's my son's favorite movie, so I'd be doing him an injustice not to vote for UHF for at least one round.
Yeah, UHF making it out of even the first round is.
I'm like, I need to do this out of principle, but they're 2 of my all-time favorite comedies, so it's like either I'm a winner either way. So I'm gonna go UHF just because I'm amazed 2 people even voted for it who aren't me. So I'm going to UHF. Wayne's World doesn't need any more press. Let people know that UHF exists.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. All right. So here we have the other Coen Brothers movie. And no, these aren't in here because they're Coen Brothers movies. Both this and Big Lebowski are on most best comedies of all times lists. That's why they are both here. It's not because of me. So, FYI. And the Rob Reiner classic, this is Spinal Tap. This is a hard one. I know you just watched Spinal Tap for the first time, Boonbuster. What's your take on this one?
Oh, I mean, for the first time watch, I mean, when I first watched it, I didn't get some of the comedy in Spinal Tap, but then I had to rewatch it in order to get the majority of it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of British humor, but not the not the British humor I'm familiar with like Monty Python and all that type of stuff.
Sure.
But so I mean, as a first time watch, I had to watch it twice in order to get most of the jokes, and because of that, in my opinion, a comedy should make you laugh the first time out. So I have to go Raising Arizona.
That's good logic. The funny thing is, it's not even British. They're all American.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just playing a British band.
Well, I know.
Yeah, I know. You know, it's just funny though. It's like, yeah, the British humor, even though it's not, but it is. It's just a weird juxtaposition. Tim, how about you?
I didn't get around to seeing This Is Spinal Tap, so I only saw Raising Arizona, which is it's fine. I don't love it or hate it. It's just kind of there stuff. But I'm going with Raising just because I didn't see This Is Spinal Tap.
You haven't seen it either. What's with all these people not seeing This Is Spinal Tap around here?
Meh.
You guys had one job, and it was to see This Is Spinal Tap this week.
It didn't interest me.
Oh, do you like Best in Show?
I don't know if I saw it. That's that
Or
dog.
any of those Christopher Guest movies?
Yeah, I don't think I saw it.
Go watch all of those. They're great. All right. Bob, how about you?
Well, I'm going to go with what Tim and my sister-in-law Courtney said. Raising Arizona. I've never seen Spinal Tap, so yeah. There's Tim's. I'm sorry. There's Derek's wife. I almost said Tim's wife. There's my sister.
It could be both. We're
Yes.
polygamists.
We're polygamists.
Cody, how about you?
I've not seen Spinal Tap either, so I'm going Raising Arizona.
All of us didn't see it besides Derek.
And I like how none of us chose to watch it during the time we had to watch these movies.
I thought I had to like defend my Cohenism ahead of time because I'm like, okay, everyone's gonna think I'm picking Raising Arizona because it's the Coen Brothers movie, but I'm not. I'm picking it because it's one of my all-time favorite comedies, even more so than This Is Spinal Tap, which is amazing and everyone needs to go see it. But yeah, if you like, This Is Spinal Tap is the like perfect improv comedy where it's like most of it is improvised, just like Best in Show, the other Christopher Guest movies, the mockumentary movies. But it's done so well that people thought they were a legitimate band. And because of that, they became a legitimate band because they actually wrote and performed all the music in the movie, and they're fantastic. And yeah, it's Harry Shearer from The Simpsons, who I love. So
going into that one, I kept getting it confused with Airheads.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is the funnier one.
Airheads. I'm wearing an Airhead shirt.
Mhm.
Well, not that Airheads isn't funny. It's just funnier. But yeah, Raising Arizona. Okay, that was easier than I thought it'd be. I didn't think it'd be up against Spinal Tap, but there we go. Okay, I mean, I know which way this one's going, but let's talk about it anyway. Bob, let's start with you because I know you love Jim Carrey movies.
Who saw A Night at the Opera here besides Derek then?
I've seen it before. I just didn't have a chance to watch it during this couple weeks stretch.
Yeah, I didn't get around to it. So.
Well, damn you.
So,
Wait, Bob, are you going to vote for Night at the Opera just because you don't like Dumb and Dumber?
so funny story. I was on Tim's stream once, and I said I don't like Jim Carrey, and I think I ended up losing like 5 or 6 subscribers afterwards. After that stream, so I didn't grow up watching Jim Carrey. My dad didn't really like him. I didn't really find him funny, like his humor. I'm the only person in the entire world that's not in love with Jim Carrey. I do like Liar Liar, but I thought Dumb and Dumber was really stupid when I watched it. So I'm sorry. I just, people get so mad at your taste in movies, but look, some stuff just doesn't work for some people, and that's okay. I don't expect everyone to like the same kind of comedy I do, but I don't laugh at stupid shit like Dumb and Dumber. And I know everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel loves it. I apologize. It's just not for me.
The stupider, the better.
Yeah. I mean, the movie's literally called Dumb and Dumber. You got to expect it to be stupid, I guess.
Yeah, not my thing.
So you're voting for Night at the Opera out of spite? Is that what you're saying?
I'll vote for Dumb and Dumber because I've only seen that one.
Oh, you don't have to do that. I don't care. You can hate vote. What do you think people do when there's real elections? Cody, how about you?
Oh, one of my favorite movies is Dumb and Dumber, hands down. So I'm going Night at the Opera. No, I'm going to
Gotta swerve them. Gotta swerve them.
Dumb and Dumber, of course. One of the it's one of the goats, obviously. One of the greatest comedies ever made.
It's Ghostbusters level goat.
It's Ghostbusters level, yeah.
Fantastic. Tim.
Rewatched Dumb and Dumber today, and man, does that hold up just as well. It is so funny. So that, I mean, I didn't see A Night at the Opera, but even if I did, I'm probably still going Dumb and Dumber here.
It's smart dumb. I know that sounds weird, but it's smart dumb. Like it's one of those movies you watch and oh my god, it's so stupid but so funny, but in a smart way. I know that sounds dumb, but it's hard to explain.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. Yeah,
the end of the movie with all of the girls in bikinis pulling up. We need 2 men that will lube us down. And the town is that way. And then they stop the bus. Like, oh, the town is actually that way.
Yeah.
Oh my!
You're in luck.
Yeah. He's like, did you realize what you've done?
There's a town about 5 miles away.
And that was that was a last minute decision too. Jim Carrey was like, I think it'd be a lot funnier if we did it that way because they were supposed to get on the bus at the end.
Yeah, that wouldn't be funny at all.
Yeah, and then that could have set up for a sequel that maybe could have been funnier, but he was just like, no, this is gonna be a lot funnier. So I'm glad he did his Jim Carrey card.
He pulled his "I'm the richest person of 1994" card out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's crazy. All right, Bin Buster. I'm guessing you're going to say Dumb and Dumber out of what we've gathered, but
well, yeah, because like I said, even though that's my era of comedy, I love like Marx Brothers and I Three Stooges, stuff like that. I haven't watched it in a while. I've recently watched Dumb and Dumber is one of those ones, like I stated. It's one of those ones I know. I've seen it enough times. I don't have to rewatch it to talk about it. So I'll have to go Dumb and Dumber. Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to go through these comments for a second because I think they're hilarious. Just quoting Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, the extra gloves.
Yeah.
That's my wife's favorite part. She and I make that reference constantly. My hands are starting to get sweaty. And Adam reenacted the toilet scene the other night. I can relate. I had COVID recently and samesies. That's all I'll say. So you're saying there's a chance?
What was all that 1 in a
Jet
million
Li,
stuff?
that's my favorite because it's like what? Like it's one of those things that you don't find funny as a kid when you see in theaters. But then you're like, that's the best line in the movie. It's like the stuff you didn't think was funny when you saw it as a kid is the funniest part of the movie as an adult. So having said that, obviously I'm going Dumb and Dumber. But Night of the Opera is actually really funny. I rewatched that yesterday. I saw it 20 years ago probably. It's in the AFI Top 100 movies list. That's the only reason I even own it. And I've rewatched it, and it's really the Marx Brothers are great. The Marx Brothers like routines because it's like scenes of their little things they do are brilliantly funny, and then there's just like, oh yeah, here's a little bit of story to move it along that isn't funny, but the parts with the Marx Brothers, hysterical, and it's definitely worth watching. But not surprisingly, Dumb and Dumber is moving on.
Ooh,
This is a good one.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Shaun of the Dead
That
and
is.
Tommy Boy, starring the late great Chris Farley.
Hmm.
I didn't think about it at the time, but I realized after the fact that Chris Farley's in more movies on this list than anyone else. I think he's in 3 movies.
Oh wow.
Because he's in Wayne's World, and he's in Billy Madison, and he's in Tommy Boy.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Oh, this is a tough one.
I could do
Those
that
are-
for you guys if you want. Billy Madison.
Yeah, this one's easy for me.
Okay, Cody, you go then. We'll work our way up.
I saw Shaun of the Dead once in theaters, and I liked it, but I watch Tommy Boy at least once a year, so it's Tommy Boy.
Bob, how about you?
What does he say? Fat man in a little coat, or fat man?
Yep, that's this one.
Yeah,
Oh, I forgot my little coat. I was gonna wear it.
yeah, fat man in a little coat. I actually adore Tommy Boy. That surprised me because it's not necessarily my type of humor, but I missed out on that one too. I didn't watch it until like 5 years ago. I think Tommy Boy's quite funny, pretty hilarious. Shaun of the Dead, I've only seen like parts of that. I've actually never seen it in its entirety. So that's one I actually missed out on, and that whole trilogy I think they did, but I'll have to get around to Shaun of the Dead time.
The trilogy.
Yeah.
They're good. Tim, how about you?
So, for the most part, Edgar Wright doesn't miss, and I love Shaun of the Dead. It is so good, and a lot of very funny scenes. But it's not even my favorite of the Coronado trilogy. I like Hot Fuzz just a little bit more. So I'm going with Tommy Boy.
Yeah, I go back and forth on which one I prefer between Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. I think today I'm Shaun of the Dead, but we'll see. Ben Buster, how about you?
I could tell you a good steak by sticking my head up a bull's ass, but I'll just take your word for it. Oh, wait, that's not right. But anyways, I gotta go Tommy Boy.
You can take a good look at the butcher's ass by sticking your head up there, but would you rather
Yeah.
take his word for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry,
mean, I
I was-
love Shaun of the Dead. It's great, and I didn't like it that much the first time I saw it because I was expecting it to be like a straight up like spoof movie, and I was like, this isn't that, and it's British. I don't get it. Why is this funny? And then I'm getting more into the zombie movies it's making fun of, and growing into it. I love that movie now. It's one of my favorites. I probably do like it more than Hot Fuzz though, although I did like Hot Fuzz more originally. But Tommy Boy's one of my all-time favorite movies, and for some reason I don't own it. I don't know why. Because they teased that 4K, and I've been holding out on it, 2 years ago.
I will say though,
I'm buying it until the damn 4K comes out. I need to see Chris Farley's butt crack in 4K with David Spade.
I will say for Shaun though, some people don't like tonal shifts in movies. They get thrown off. They don't like when a movie changes gears. I love that. So I love like Shaun of the Dead turns into like a full-on horror movie at the end. It drops the comedy pretty much completely by the end of the movie. And I like that. I like when movies kind of just change gears. Like it's
a little bit, yeah. Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I enjoy that too, as long as it makes sense. Like with Brain Fart, the vampire one, Quentin Tarantino. Dust Till Dawn. Dust Till Dawn's like the best example of that. It's like, oh, it's this now. Okay, like that's the one that everyone seems to like. But yeah, Tommy, is that that's only the second like clean sweep we've had, I think. Clean sweep. All right, we have Caddyshack and Something About Mary. I'll start because I haven't done that much. Caddyshack's an all-time classic movie, but it took time for me to enjoy it. There's Something About Mary I've loved ever since I saw it in theaters when I was a little 13-year-old boy, because that's what you go see when you're 13 in theaters, is Something About Mary. So I would personally go for Something About Mary. I've watched it more, and it makes me laugh more frequently than Caddyshack, but they're both amazing. So how about you, Ben Buster?
Jeez. I mean, I laugh more at the ineptitude of Chevy Chase. Period. The ineptitude of Chevy Chase in Caddyshack over Ben Stiller in There's Something About Mary. Even though love Ben Stiller, I think he's hilarious. But Caddyshack, in my opinion, I have to go.
This is Arnold. How about you, Tim?
Yeah, this is a tough one. But you know what? I'm all right. Going with Something About Mary. Yeah.
I'm going with Something About Mary.
So, yeah. They're both great choices. You honestly, whatever way this goes, I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is a you can't lose bracket, which I'm a fan of. Sort of. I mean, unless they're both Mel Brooks movies, then it kind of irritates me. Bob, how about you?
I'm gonna go with Brett Favre, and There's Something About Mary.
Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Cody, how about you?
Both good movies, but one is great, and that's Something About Mary.
Ooh. Throwing shade at the Caddyshack about it not being great.
Yeah.
It's the greatest golf comedy of all time, everybody, according to its Blu-ray case. Which is still debatable now with Happy Gilmore, but what are you gonna do? Something About Mary it is. Caddyshack goes away. Okay. Speaking of Adam Sandler movies, we have Billy Madison again and Airplane. I'll start this one as well, because Airplane is one of the all-time greatest comedies / movies of all time, so I will be going with Airplane. It is at least as funny as Billy Madison, but infinitely more original, at least for the time where it came out. So I'm going to go Airplane, but Billy Madison's hilarious. Ben, how about you?
All around Airplane, cast-wise, is hilarious. Whereas it's Billy Madison's pretty much the Adam Sandler show, and I understand that's what they were going with. But if you go take the entire movie into consideration, I will have to go Airplane.
Tim.
Easy Airplane.
Airplane 2 is hilarious, too, for anyone who hasn't watched Airplane 2, the sequel. It's great.
Is it really?
I enjoy it a lot. I mean, it's essentially the same movie, except they go to, like, space or something. But it's still funny. It's still funny. It's like the same kind of dumb spoof humor. So I watched it back to back. I'm like, I still like it, even though it's the same thing. Bob, how about you?
That is correct.
So Airplane?
Billy Madison.
Cody.
I gotta go with my favorite teacher, Miss Vaughn, on this one.
Mhm.
Billy Madison.
She's one piece of ace, I've been told.
The Doyle rules.
Not me, but a guy I know.
Yeah.
If this was Happy against Airplane, I would have went Happy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I probably would have gone Airplane either way, but I prefer Happy Gilmore to Billy Madison too. So
Billy Madison is what
writing
started
singer,
my
for that
love.
matter.
Billy Madison is what started my love for Adam Sandler, and I love Adam Sandler. Even nowadays, I love his comedy.
Oh, he's great. Yeah, I mean, I don't like his movies, but I love him.
Yeah,
like his movies are fucking terrible.
I like
the
his,
coolest
I
guy
like
ever,
his more
so I love him.
serious stuff. Like Hustle was good on Netflix, and Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
You know,
he can act when he wants to.
I like Jack and Jill.
Go get a.
Were you being serious? Or?
Yeah, I am being serious.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I think you're the first person I ever heard say that.
Yeah.
He wants to play Twister with the assistant.
Well,
I'm a huge fan of Little Nicky.
I don't. I tried Little Nicky. I can't get into that one.
That's for me.
I mean, I don't like it as much now as when I was like 15 when it came out, but I still enjoy that quite a bit.
And plus, I'm like I said, wearing an Adam Sandler shirt, so I'm going with Billy Madison.
I feel like this is all set up for the jerk anyways, so
Yeah.
Hey, you saw me randomize the list 32 times on top of also doing it 32 times yesterday when you didn't see me do it. So
go up.
We think we saw you.
It was actually a video I played of it. Just okay. The movie, my favorite kids Let me restart. My kid's favorite movie versus the movie made by the people my kid is named after. Which one do I go to? Let's get there later. Let's start with Cody on this one. Work our way up.
I'm going to go with UHF
Ooh.
on this one. Because I do like the movie, and I think it's funnier than Raising Arizona.
It's definitely a different kind of funny, too.
Yeah.
It's not Bob's type of comedy.
No, it's not.
Having said that, Bob, what do you think?
Raising Arizona.
Fair enough.
UHF.
Ooh, really? Ben.
UHF.
Wow.
UHF's going to sweep this thing.
God, I mean, if I can help UHF win somehow.
Did you just ignore
I'm
me?
fiercely
Cody?
voting for
What the
Raising
hell,
Arizona,
Cody?
but it doesn't matter.
First you vote against American Pie, now you forget I voted.
No, but what I'm saying is it's going to win the whole thing. It's going to beat the jerk.
I'm spiked. So Raising Arizona, Raising Arizona is my favorite Coen Brothers comedy, straight up comedy. But hey, it doesn't matter because 3 of you already said UHF. Oh my god!
Oh my god! Ooh.
No, why? It's like my 2 favorite movies ever.
I can start this if you'd like, Derek. I could start. I think I know my vote.
You start, yeah, because I know you like one of them.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, that's exactly not the correct answer. That is not correct. I'm going with Tommy Boy, which is correct.
They're both correct in this scenario, so it makes me happy either way. Cody, how about you?
Dumb and Dumber is nothing. No, it's Dumb and Dumber. It has to be Dumb and Dumber. It's a movie I could watch over and over. Like if it's on TV, 24-hour marathon. If I don't have anything to do, I could watch it over and over all day.
You watched it 12 times in a row.
Yeah, and plus, Dumb and Dumber has the greatest comedy scene ever put on film.
The diarrhea poopy scene. It is, yeah, it's up there. I wish I saw Tommy. I wish I knew who Chris Farley was when it came out in theaters because I rented that movie as a kid and I watched it. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. And I fell in love with him, and that's what got me into SNL and stuff. Tim, how about you?
So Tommy Boy has more heart and more character growth, but Dumb and Dumber just funnier as a whole. I'm going Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, Ben, how about you?
It's a tough one.
This is literally the hardest one
Yeah.
They ended up being.
Yeah. I gotta go Tommy Boy, though.
Ooh,
Leaving it to you.
leaving it to me.
Mm-hmm.
These are literally my 2 favorite comedies of all time.
Yeah, you know the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
Ben's like, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Get the hell out of here. Take that and shove it up your ass, Cody.
That is correct.
You see. Oh, the shitting painting. Oh my god. I should have went first. Actually, I still can't decide. We're gonna end the stream early. I can't decide. God. Okay, I hate myself for doing this.
So do I.
So do I. You know what I'm doing it.
I do. I know what you're doing.
Tommy Boy is the movie I put into this tournament personally. That was not on any of the other lists. So, out of everything that I curated, if you would say, that is the one that was not anywhere, just like Billy Madison or Anchorman for that matter. And I'm like, Tommy Boy needs to be on here. And I still fucking have to go with Dumb and Dumber.
What the fuck?
By a hair. This many.
Wow.
This many.
Well,
I voted against my own choice.
It's your vote, and you. We are all gonna have words after.
Those are my 2 favorite movies. I probably watched them both at least 100 times in my life. And I'm not even exaggerating. Oh God. Chris Farley's rolling over in his grave. All right.
No, he probably thought Dumb and Dumber was funny too.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah.
Hey, if Dumb and Dumber didn't exist, Tommy Boy probably wouldn't either. So yeah, you look at it that way. Came out the year before. All right, so we're back to the other Farley Brothers movie, Something About Mary.
My least two favorite comedies at the end. Oh,
I honestly don't know anybody who doesn't like Dumb and Dumber until someone mentioned that Bob didn't like Dumb and Dumber. And
I mean, I know a handful of people who just can't stand Jim Carrey or Will Ferrell or something, for example.
Wait, are you serious? I'm not the only one who doesn't like Jim
No,
Carrey?
like one of my wife's like coworkers hates him. I don't know. There's just a handful of people that are just like, oh, I hate him. I'm like, why? And they never have a good reason.
I don't like his comedy. I did, like I said though, I did enjoy Liar Liar.
I love him in Cable Guy.
He's good in that, yeah. I mean, I like him in pretty much anything in the 90s, so it's hard to argue. I love him as a person still, but his movies lately, you know. All right, so I'll start this one.
He was a good robot.
The last one. Something about Mary versus Airplane. I got to go Airplane again. I mean, Dumb and Dumber is my favorite Farrelly Brothers movie. I can't have... So either way, something about Mary's losing eventually to Dumb and Dumber. So I'm just going to say Airplane due to trying to get different kinds of comedies to continue on here. I'll let the spoof movie continue.
So you're trying to fix this.
Well, depends on you four guys. Hey, the thing I picked, I voted off. So how about you, Cody?
Something about Mary.
All right. They're both good. I don't care.
Yeah, they're both funny.
Robert?
Say Robert?
Robert, what's your answer?
There's something about Mary, but I don't give a shit because y'all are going to vote Dumb and Dumber anyways after this, so it doesn't even matter.
Bob is mad.
I didn't do this on purpose, Bob. Hey, I threw in Porky's for you. I threw in
You
American
voted
Pie
against your own pick, Derek.
Exactly. That shows you how much I like Dumb and Dumber.
Bob, you were upset that I was going to pick Mrs. Doubtfire over American Pie, and Mrs. Doubtfire was my pick. So what if I would have voted against my own pick?
No, I'm okay with Mrs. Doubtfire over American Pie, but Tommy Boy deserved to beat Dumb and Dumber.
No.
No. Cody will have words after this stream.
We're gonna have many words.
I will never be streaming or creaming with any of you guys ever again.
I'm leaving the Cream Street Boys.
Bob's gonna be creaming on his own again.
Yeah.
He's like, it's fine. I'm used to it.
And we'll find another stream together, cream together, ride or die.
Anyways, Airplane is like the OG for spoof movies. It's big, it's important, it's very, very funny. But spoof wise, I do prefer Spaceballs or even Galaxy Quest borders that spoof, and I love Galaxy Quest. So I'm gonna go with something about Mary because in its genre, it's one of the best. So
It is like I don't like romantic comedies, which that is technically, but that's a romantic comedy I love and I can watch anytime.
What was that? Sound like the police knocking on your door.
Oh yeah, it's the heroin.
The heroin.
It's the heroin I have. They love it. They like to bust me for it. So it's something about Mary either way. But Ben, where were you at? I'm gonna assume Airplane, but I want to hear you say.
You want me to hear you say that Robert Hayes, while sweaty and afraid of flying, can land a freaking plane? Yes, it's Airplane.
All right. Something about Mary it is, anyways. But this is another one of those. Yeah, you can't get near. It's right either way.
No, that's.
Well,
bye,
yelling
UHF.
my name, so I'm gonna yell back. Gus Bus. There we go.
What's up, Gus?
UHF had a good run though.
Cody,
Hey, don't say that yet.
Cody, did you just cancel Mel because of her opinion? She agreed with me on Dumb and Dumber.
Exactly.
She doesn't like Dumb and Dumber either. What?
No.
Like people can have their opinions.
That's not very rad of her.
Dumb and Dumber.
She's a once bitten kind of gal, I imagine.
I do like Once Bitten.
I like Once Bitten too. Yeah.
It's a fun movie.
I'm curious what
Girls
Gus
are easy.
means by it's Bobby Blues and Tim's kid. Is he talking about Derek or Cody?
What? I missed that one.
Yeah, that's Gus for you.
Oh, Gus.
Gus
You got a good body, though, apparently, according to whatever I photoshopped.
I thought that was real.
All right. It's all my body with your guys' face on it. Ben Buster, let's start with you.
Even the one in Mizzy, since you grew up a boy.
Especially the one on Mizzy. That was my ex-stepdad, buddy.
Start with me, because I'm the only one who still has a pick in here, don't I, Derek?
Surprisingly, yes.
Surprisingly, and it's right here in this battle. It's UHF. That's my pick, and the reason why is we're in the world where UHF could be remade now, in the battle of streaming services versus TV versus regular TV versus physical media. He saved a small little. What was that, Derek?
You're good. Sorry.
He saved a little fledgling TV station when the big conglomerates tried to come in and crush his spirits with the help of the nanny and Kramer. So
the head of the Screen Actors Guild, Fran Drescher.
Yes.
And the very racist Michael Richards.
All right.
So Dumb and Dumber then, you're saying?
No, I'm going UHF.
How about you, Tim?
So Weird Al had an awesome run here, but I can't not go with Dumb and Dumber here. But I think the funnier thing with this is for Bob, a movie he hates, or I know he would also hate UHF. So I'm curious his direction.
Do you like Weird Al's music, Bob, out of curiosity?
No, I'm going UHF.
Bob doesn't like to smile.
That explains why he doesn't like funny movies. Okay.
No time for smiles.
No wonder you like Wedding Crashers. You don't need to smile throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
I love Wedding Crashers. So shut your mouth.
UHF gave us
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me, Derek.
No thanks. That's funny, but I mean, the next 2 hours won't be. That's the problem. Cody, how about you?
It's Dumb and Dumber, hands down.
Okay.
All right, tiebreaker, Derek.
I mean, I love Weird Al and UHF, and I'm amazed it even got past one round, let alone two, right?
Yeah.
So
he's the only one that could take down the jerk. Think
no,
about that.
Dumb and Dumber is the only one that could probably take down the jerk. I love Weird Al, but Dumb and Dumber I saw it probably 5 or 6 years before I ever saw UHF. Hey, the Farrelly Brothers competition. This will be interesting. Let's start with Bob, because I know what you're going to say.
Yeah. We streamed together. I had cream in Tim's hair. I'm going with There's Something About Mary.
Don't make me play the commercial again, Bob. I'll do it. And I plan to, because it's funny. Cody, how about you?
It's Dumb and Dumber.
Timothy.
Same. Dumb and Dumber.
Ben Buster.
There's Something About Mary.
Oh,
really?
Yes, Derek, come on. You gotta. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
You literally heard me say that Something About Mary is my second favorite Farrelly Brothers movie like 3 minutes ago. But I would say that's Dumb and Dumber. But like I said,
here it is.
Here it is. The
I don't give a shit
small
about either
poster
one
of
of
the
these
jerk
movies.
versus Dumb and the Dumber.
I don't give one flying.
Let's let you go first because you care so much. I didn't do this on purpose. I swear to you saw me randomize it. I randomized this thing 64 times.
Flip a coin. I don't even care. Whatever. Fucking.
Right. Everyone else vote then. Bob can.
No. Bob's seen them both, so I want to see which one he.
He does. He has seen them both.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Good point. Which one do you actually like better? How long has it been since you watched Dumb and Dumber?
Long time.
So you're saying you need to rewatch it because it's hilarious, and
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, there's no chance. Neither one. I'm going
like 1 in a million.
I'm going Wedding Crashers, or American Pie. I'll fucking shit. I don't like either one of these movies. I don't like, and people are gonna be like, Bob doesn't like comedy. It's fine.
That's why you're here. Be crazy.
I'll go with Dumb and Dumber because I have friends that like Dumb and Dumber and they'd be happy. So that's my friends, but fuck my life.
It's to please other people, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm so miserable.
Do it because you like big gulps.
So
yeah. Do you like beef jerky and big gulps and decapitated birds? Because then you'll love Dumb and Dumber.
I just fuck these movies. Go on.
I love that this happened by accident. All right, Cody, where are you at?
It's Dumb and Dumber.
Ooh. Tim, how about you?
I love both, and I'm not going to be upset either way.
Right.
But again, I I have more fond memories and still laugh more at The Jerk. The Jerk was what I was going to put into this as my choice if
Right.
it wasn't already in. So, yeah, I'm going Jerk. Might not win, but I don't care. I love it.
Ben Buster.
Big Gulps versus Pizza in a Bowl.
Pizza in a cup.
Pizza in a cup, sorry. Pizza in a cup. I mean, a big gulp, you drink it through a straw, but, I mean, pizza in a cup would win for me. So The Jerk.
Oh. Don't leave it up to the host. That was my fault, I guess. Which, this is funny because it's like, oh no, which one of these two favorite comedies of all time of mine do I choose? You guys had a chance. You could have voted for more things. Rewind it. I randomized it. Watch it. It's not me. If it was up to me, Blazing Saddles would have gone a lot farther.
I got set up last night. Tim tells me to watch The Jerk, and then I come on the stream, and then The Jerk is the finalist. It was all set up.
Well, it's the finalist because it's amazing.
Tim and Derek set me up.
It's okay, Bob.
Oh my God.
Vin, you had my back tonight. Thank you. Tim, we'll discuss.
We all did, except for these two movies.
We'll see if we're still streaming together after this.
I voted for The Jerk or freaking Ghostbusters. I love The Jerk. So
yeah, that's painful.
All right. There's only one reason I'm picking this over the other one, and that is because without this movie, the other one probably never would have existed. And that is The Jerk.
Cody is like, oh damn.
You don't get these stupid fucks without this stupid fuck. And they're equally funny to me. So I'm just gonna pick based on like inspirational reasons only, The Jerk as the
Oh God,
which does this. So besides Bob, who's happy in here?
Go get some Advil for my headache.
Take Midol for any cramps.
Samson,
Like I said, I voted over my own pick. My pick was Tommy Boy, and it happened to be up against Dumb and Dumber, which is like the other one I like just as much or more than the.
And The Jerk would have been.
Here we go.
The Jerk would have beat Tommy Boy as well, wouldn't it? Have.
Yeah, I probably would have, but there it is. There's the thing. I feel bad, Bob, but
This was all set up. Yes,
you're just the wrong person.
I've never been on a stream before with Derek, and then he brings me on, and it's all set up.
Yeah, I scheduled around you just to do this, just to fuck you over.
Yeah.
It is funny though, when I looked at the list, I knew that for me personally, I was voting for Jerk above all else. Like I love that movie so much.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Yeah, like where, I don't know. If like the first round would have been like The Jerk versus Dumb and Dumber, it would have been a harder choice.
Mhm.
But when like you compare them together, I'm just like, I don't know. You got to go with a classic. And while Dumb and Dumber is obviously a modern classic, because we're old and it's like 30 years old now. God damn it. I watched The Jerk. I saw The Jerk first. I grew up watching The Jerk on TV when they replaced Shithead's name with Stupid. And that's how I watched The Jerk a million times on TV. And I fell in love with it first. So I had to go with The Jerk.
I can't believe the 32 movies and it played out for like the two that Bob would most not want.
I tried to hedge the bets too by throwing a couple of his in there that he liked. That
Mhm.
I mean, that was fair. Porky's I threw in there. American Pie, Wedding Crashers was his pick. Everyone had their pick. Surprisingly, UHF made it the farthest
Yeah.
somehow, which I love. So
He set that up with the randomizing order. He did the video beforehand, like Cody said. It was a video.
yeah, I recorded the video of me doing it 32 times. It was just like when I did my 90s list. I'm like, yeah. It's all fake. Hey, this is like picking between my two children here. But luckily I only have one kid, so it's The Jerk, I guess. But thanks guys for doing this. That was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm sorry I didn't get to the chat like a ton.
I love it.
There's not like a good time to do it really, except for like right at the beginning. But Fish is here. Fish doesn't like. What did you hate, Chris Farley? Fish hates Chris Farley, so
He hates Will Ferrell.
A lot of people hate Will Ferrell. I get that more than Chris Farley.
Yeah,
Chris Farley's just like a big sweetheart. How do you hate him? So Fish, you're no longer invited to any of my streams. And he loves cocaine.
Because I think it's.
I just clicked a random comment. Andy loves cocaine, so
Yeah,
I think the reason many people don't like Farley is because he was a one-trick pony. In the 4 films he was in, he was a one-trick pony. We didn't get to see where his comedy would have progressed.
Chris Farley. You said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was a lot harder to do drama after comedy back in the day. So it's like if he would still be alive, imagine what kind of roles he'd be doing now.
yeah.
He
Well, he
would-
wanted to make a dramatic, like, was it Fatty Arbuckle movie? Like he had
Yeah.
it planned.
Yeah.
Like he was going to do
He-
it, and then he
And
died.
and he was
he
going
was
to be
the-
Shrek.
Yeah, he was
Yep,
going
he
to
was
be Shrek.
Shrek. Yep.
That
Which
would have been a dark movie.
It would have been weird. Yeah, because I've heard like the recordings of him being Shrek, and it's like it just sounds like Chris Farley. So honestly, it's probably better that didn't happen, but not in the way it happened, obviously. But yeah, he's an awesome guy. I miss Chris Farley. That's what this is all about. Screw all these other movies that made it past Tommy Boy. Chris Farley is awesome, and we love him.
Mm-hmm.
And he died at way too young of an age, just like John Belushi. But you know, Chris Farley's a lot funnier. No offense. So yeah, like I said, the next one I'm doing is Blockbusters. 32 of the biggest summer blockbusters, specifically summer blockbusters. So don't at me, as the kids say. Yeah, so we'll do that in May at some point. And I'll circle the horn here again, like everyone always does, and let them say their goodbyes and what they thought about tonight's results. So here's Mr. Binbuster again.
What do I think of tonight's results? As much as I've loved Dumb and Dumber and Jim Carrey, I don't think like should have went past Airplane, in my opinion. But I know it didn't go up against it, but still. But anyways, I'm the Binbuster. You guys can catch me right here on YouTube. I got a rewind coming out Saturday on Flubber, so check that out with me and Mr. Nichols talking about that Robin Williams movie from the 1990s, from 97. Sorry.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Timothy, shoot over to you.
Great stream. Yay movies, yay titties, yay comedy movies. Yay Bob being very happy.
What about yay
We
orgies?
did it, Tim. We planned it
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yay orgies. But seriously, I'm ecstatic with the end. I know it very much so looked set up because Bob, his 2 least favorite choices went against each other, which is very, very comical for the stream. But yeah, I'm thrilled. Jerk winning is awesome, and this was fun. And I make content on YouTube if you wanted to sub or whatever. So yay. Okay.
Yay, titties. I'm gonna do Bob last, so let's do Cody next.
All right, guys. My name is Dude Who Loves Movies. It's my birth name, and you can find me at Dude Who Loves Movies on YouTube and Instagram, all one word. And it was a fun stream. It was a good turnout. Although I would have liked Dumb and Dumber to win because it is funnier movie to me. And in the words of Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber, I hate goodbyes, but thank you for being here.
And the stream's biggest fan, my brother Bob.
Yeah, what am I talking about? What am I supposed to say? Thank you for being here, everybody. This was a lot of fun, despite everyone on the panel being wrong. I love all you guys, seriously. I love streaming with it and creaming with all of you. It's a blast. I do have a stream coming up Wednesday with Fish the Film Collector. It's his Hall of Fame stream, and you just don't know what I'm going to do on my channel, so you're probably not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one for multiple reasons. I'm obviously ahoy there, Derek, the convicted cinephile. Now that this is done, I'm finally going to start my damn bad movie Bible video series I've been planning for months. Probably starting with this one here. I unboxed it the other day, the Birdemic trilogy, Wings of Disaster. So I have an unboxing video of that if you want to watch it. It's nothing special, but you get to watch me rip something when I open it, so that's always fun. Thanks everyone for being here, especially you guys. You don't have to be here, but you are. And you're missing Evil Dead because of it, and even I didn't think of that. And I love Evil Dead. So what the hell's wrong with me?
I didn't think about it until after I committed to the stream. I'm like, oh yeah, Evil Dead is on the Thursday.
Well, it'll be around.
Tomorrow. I got tickets for tomorrow.
Oh, you're good then. All right. So I think everyone agrees that we should close it out with the commercial for the Big Bobby again, and then we'll be out of here. So
I ordered 3 of them, Bob.
one in every size.
All in the
Real
same size.
Small and extra medium. Here it comes.
Coming soon from the hunks over at Mizzy's Misfits. Exclusively from Hanky's Toys. Available in 3 sizes. The Big Bobby in actual size, small, and a new extra medium size. Coming this fall from Hanky's Toys.